7.
Intro.
Hello everybody, welcome to ZealZaddy. I am Scott Coventry and this is Mysts of Elixia, a D&D 5e campaign. This is Season 1, Episode 6, The Stars Are Misaligned. We play every Saturday at 8:30 Eastern Time, except next Saturday because that's Halloween, and of course, candy, costumes, all the fun stuff. If we can do any of it, I don't think anybody's ever had figured it all out yet. But we have a week to figure it out, so we will. We have one missing player tonight. The other ones are all here. Before we get started, though, make sure you give us a follow. You can follow us on Twitch, YouTube, Patreon, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, all at /ZealZaddy. Now, to follow us on Discord, just go down to the About section, and there'll be a button to click on for our Discord, and you'll be taken over there, and that'll be your invite. Several of our players are publishers. When I go to them, I'm going to let them talk about it. You can see their images. I don't know which way I'm pointing. I think that way. I'll know in a moment. Nope, the other way. That way. One of them is the publisher of Tome of Arcane Philosophy, which reached a milestone just before last week. It went to copper, right? Yes. And one is the publisher of Children of Tiamat, and among other things. And then one of them is now publishing some new classes. I'll let them explain in just a second. Give us some, talk to us in chat. We're all paying attention, and we'll respond when we see anything interesting or exciting or funny, especially funny, actually, probably. So let's bring everybody on. Give me 1 second. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Mics are on. Yes, they're hot. So let's start with, why don't we go top to bottom, right to left, which you go from me to Morgan, and then to Aryan. So Morgan, you start today.
What's up, everybody? I am Morgan. I'm with My Played Mondays. We run professional games for people. Check us out at myplayedmondays.com. As Scott was saying, I also have worked on a couple things that are on the DM's Guild. Children of Tiamat, which lets you basically play a two-headed dragonborn. A lot of fun. And there's a lot of noise in the background. I'm sorry. My kids are screaming. My wife's dealing with it. Okay, good. Also, we have other things that have to do with gunslingers. 3 different subclasses that are not related to the fighter class. It's a lot of fun. And then we also have the wandslinger on there. So check them out. If you're looking for somebody to run you through some professional games, myself and several others, part of My Play Mondays, can help you with that as well. So check that out. And I'm playing Vezrin, and as always, I'm super excited to play tonight with you guys.
All right.
Hello, I am Aryan. Like Scott said, I wrote the Tome of Arcane Philosophy, which hit silver on the DM's Guild about a week ago. I also have a couple of one-shots, but like sort of a horror terror-themed one called Isle of the Dying Moon, which you can pick up over on the DM's Guild. Super fun for Halloween. Other than that, I am playing Key and Vash, and yeah, ready to get started.
All right. Brandon.
Hi, I'm Brandon. I'm playing Morkant von Amstel. And it's going to be a fun game.
And Dylan.
Brandon's the only one here who's pure. He has nothing to plug. Yeah, I'm Dylan. I do have something to plug. I am playing Eslov, the Dragonborn Barbarian, this evening. And I am published on DM's Guild. I have one subclass that is 2 pages long. One of those pages is a title page. It's called the Dragon Hunter Conclave. It's a fun little subclass that I made for a character in a separate game, and I'm pumped to play tonight.
All right. So when we need to do a recap. Who wants to do? Anybody?
We also
wanna
have to introduce
volunteer?
Jazz for her.
And Jazz is not here tonight. She is not feeling well. She needs some soup. So give her some like energy soup. All
If
right.
you want, I mean, I can
And
do
her
a recap.
money.
Yeah. All right. Morgan, you want to do the recap?
Sure. After our initial confrontation with the Wendigo 2 weeks ago, we we didn't know they were a Wendigo. We just know it's a monster. But for the sake of explaining, the confrontation with Wendigo, we were politely pushed out of the sacred clearing by a giant living tree, creature with green glowing eyes and a green chest. I tried to communicate with it. It didn't really speak in words. It did show some signs of intelligence as it was guarding this forest clearing. After I failed to communicate properly with it, somebody stepped out from behind the creature. It happened to be named Kelmon and claimed to be the forest guardian. So Kelmon informed the party that he did not see the gnome himself come back, but that creatures had told him that he'd come out of the sacred pond, which is inside the clearing. We tried to get access to it, but he wanted us to deal with the Wendigo, which we found out there was actually 3 of them that came out of the same pond as the gnome that we've been trying to investigate. So with him agreeing to think on it and talk to his gods about letting us gain entry into the sacred clearing, we decided to try to deal with the Wendigos. We followed the trail, and after several long hours, we confronted the creatures, but it was more of like Morkant trying to talk to them as they were trying to trick us by using lights and not let us see what they really were, and not really saying much in conversation. But Morkant, as he was trying to do this, Kian realized that there was something going on, or at least that's what I'm thinking he did. Either that or he was tired of the talk. And he shot one of the creatures right in the mouth with a critical hit, which at that point started to fight. We were able to kill several like strange dog-like beasts that were with the Wendigos, as well as 2 of the Wendigos, with the 3rd one fleeing. After which we all were trying to recover, beat up pretty badly from most of us, not all of us. And then Kelmon came back, and after sharing some information and learning that the vine that we had is evil and can destroy the forest, we destroyed it, and he is currently bringing us back to the clearing.
Yes.
Pretty good recap?
Yep, that was perfect.
All right.
I had a WWE moment with
You
Wendigo.
did. That's right. He didn't announce you're crushing a Wendigo with your mighty arms.
You should have made me roll strength on that, but you just said I could do it. Anyway,
All right.
we continue our story.
And you arrive at the clearing, and Kelmon says, "Wait one moment." And he goes in and he starts chanting in the middle of the clearing as he turns and looks around at the forest as he does so. He comes back after a little while. He says the clearing is safe now.
I'm sorry, you're telling me you could have done that the whole time?
Do not touch the water, though.
Slow pulls his hand back as he was about to touch the water.
Well, you're
Understood.
not at the water.
I know, but I feel like that's
You
the
do like
dynamic that would have happened if I was
Yeah.
close to the water.
Understood. Thank you for allowing us entrance into your sacred clearing.
So
It is quite the honor.
So if we are to capture this beast, are any of you experienced at hunting things like this down?
I've hunted large animals. Nothing quite like this, but I'm sure if I thought hard enough, I could make some sort of trap to catch it with.
And as he's looking up, he goes, Alashay is going to be kind, and and it seems the sky is clearing up. The clouds will allow moonlight through. And it is. You can see the clouds up above just sort of slowly pulling away and opening up to the sky, letting the moon in. The moon is very large tonight, but it had been covered in cloud cover. The moon has a reddish tint to it this evening. This is Torve, the moon that is the timekeeper, not Mave, the chaotic
Crazy one. The crazy one.
That one you don't actually see in the sky at all, which is common. It moves at different speeds, a different speed around the planet.
Well, regardless of how clear the night is, you probably should rest. I'm spent on my spells, and I'm sure the others are exhausted as well.
I agree. We'll put a fire near the edge of the clearing. I don't really wish one to be in the center. And at least there you'll be able to get some sleep.
Yes, well, and to answer your question, as he said, he's hunted larger creatures, and we just found them and killed 2 of them, so it shouldn't be too difficult to track the last one down, but time will tell.
And Kelmon helps pull some wood in to make a campfire. And after there's enough wood, he lights it with his hand. This should suffice. It'll keep you warm. It's still snowing a little bit, though.
Yes, it is a little bit nipply out.
Hey, could you have your big tree friend kind of stand over us, leaning a little bit?
He is sleeping at the moment.
Anyway, you said something that you could see stuff in the forest. How's that work? How do you know when there's a problem and you got to go run at it?
I hear cries or calls from the trees or the beasts when there's a disturbance, when something unnatural is the best word I can
Do
describe.
you hear that
happens.
for this guy? Also, there's something going on in the background, Scott. I don't know what it is.
Super
That's-
loud.
It sounds like you're in the middle of the birds.
It's the forest.
Forest
Is it too loud? I didn't know it was too loud because my headset.
It's a little
Is-
intense.
Yeah, it's loud for us.
I think it's good, personally.
I like
love
the
that
sound
noise.
effects. I don't mind the sound effects, but it is a little loud.
You guys are just naysayers.
Okay.
I love it.
Very
Yeah,
aggressive
better.
voice
That's
tonight.
better.
Y'all are haters.
All right. So you can hear that. Can you tell when that happens for this guy?
I was able to tell when something happened when it and the gnome came through the pond and crossed the clearing. But these things seem to live in shadow more than they do in nature, and I have trouble locating them.
Very interesting.
Just give me a
Have
second.
you seen them eat anything? Or know of anything that they have eaten?
No.
So since they've been here, you've only known that they've killed a gnome. Have they hunted animals for food, or they just what? Anything?
Not that I have seen, and I probably would have known of that.
And do you know if they've stayed in the forest the whole time, or have they been leaving and coming and going? Are you able to tell when they've left the forest?
I don't know.
Strange. How many days has it been since the gnome came back and these things followed?
I think we're about 5 or 6 days in. Has he traveled? Hold on.
There's a lot of things that those things could have done in the last 5 days.
Yeah, 5 or 6 days at this point.
We should be keeping our eyes out and ears out for anything once we're done with this to see if these things had popped up anywhere else, while they were here. To give us clues as to what else they might be doing here.
And he takes his staff I'll see if I can locate the beasts. And he heads over towards the pond, and he plants his staff into the dirt, and it just stays standing. And he puts some small sticks on the top and sets the ends of them afire, and there's like an incense that starts, adding a fragrance to the area. And he sits on the ground, and he starts chanting and shaking some beads that he has. You should rest.
Yes, we should. Should we still take watch, or will your clearing protect us for the evening?
The clearing is cleared. You should probably have a watch, because there's less protection now. With, what did you name him? Treven? Sleeping?
Treven Green.
Treven Green.
All right. So, how do you guys want to do the watch? Who
I'm
wants to
feeling
go
fine.
first?
I can go first.
I'll go.
I'll set up an alarm around the camp as well.
Sure.
So, just any extra protection is better than nothing. So, I will do that. I will take the 10 minutes to, ritually cast alarm around us.
Yep.
And then, since he's taking first watch, I'm going to sit down and study that staff and see if I can attune to it. See if there's anything that might be helpful for us while we are allowed to use it.
Okay. And while you're doing it, some deer come through the clearing periodically, not necessarily into your protected area, but through the clearing at different points. Birds fly through it and what have you. They don't set off your alarm, of course.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
yeah, that's all
everyone's
I'm
going to
doing.
rest. Okay.
Well, Dylan's going to take first watch. I only need 4 hours,
Yeah.
so I could take the second watch.
That's fine. I'll stay up as well. If we're doing, 2 watches?
How many watches? Yeah, how many watches are we doing, Scott?
That's up to you, but I think you guys were looking for a long rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how many watches? Is that 2 or 3?
That's 2. That's 2.
2. Okay, I'll stay up as well then. Might as well.
So yeah, me and Brandon can do one, and you guys can do one.
I don't know. I feel like we should have a survivalist in both.
Well, since I'm attuning to the staff anyways, I could stay up during this first watch with you, Eslov.
That works.
I can use that time while I'm helping doing that, also preparing my spells for the next day and all that. So.
Right.
All right. I'll just be watching the forest. Every time a deer walks by, I'll watch it intently.
And every so often I'll look over at you as we're doing the watch, just kind of studying you. You'll see me kind of looking at you just because I'm out of curiosity.
Wait,
He
so
doesn't like it. Every time he notices you, he sort of straightens up a little.
Eslov and Vezrin are on first watch.
Right. Okay.
I know that's what you're about to ask, right?
Yeah.
Would you say every time I look at you, straighten up?
He sort of straightens you up. He straightens up and he gives you quick glances to see if you're still looking at him.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm just curious. How different is this place from your home? It must be shocking to be someplace where butterflies can paralyze you compared to the north, but I'm sure it's no less dangerous.
I mean, they're completely different regions.
Yes, of course.
Everything is different here.
Yeah? It seems even the people, you haven't really met a lot of different people other than yourself, yes? Other than humans?
I've only ever come across other dragonborns and humans. Trading travelers, etc.
And what do you plan on doing with the 4 hours, Eslov?
He's just watching the forest. He'll clean the blood off himself too.
Okay.
Have a
That's
small
nice.
meal, I guess.
Okay.
He doesn't like being bloody.
One thing that you realize when you're in the clearing is
And
what?
he will also look at the stars.
Yeah, the clearing really the moon is pretty bright, and you can see the stars very clearly from here. And the forest, for the first time, probably looks a little bit like some of the forests of the north because you have strong moonlight on it and it seems to pick up the light off the snow. So in a way, it feels a little more like home now than it had in the past.
So after he said all that other stuff, he'll say, now with that all being said, I am starting to feel more at home here, more comfortable. I'm getting used to this place slowly, but
Yes.
surely.
Well, understandable. I would love to someday, if the fates allow, to travel north with you and see your lands.
He laughs at that. I'm not going back north.
No? May I ask why?
There's nothing left for me up there.
Your
No
family?
reason to. They're not my family anymore. As much as I would like them to be.
The family's blood. It's family whether they do something terrible or not. They may not be.
It's not what they did.
You did something?
And, well, yes, literally speaking, they are my blood, but we are not family anymore. You must understand this is different up there. Very different.
And I do understand a little bit about what you're going through. Though they are still my family, I'm, in many ways, much like yourself, my family has shunned me as well for things that I have done.
I have not just been shunned.
Well, they want
It is
me
as
dead.
though I do not exist to them anymore.
They wish I didn't exist. They are trying to find ways to get rid of me. It's not the same, and I'm not saying that we are exactly alike, but
I am to my family what I was to you all. am an outlander. I don't belong.
does that word bother you? If it does, I'll refrain from using it with you.
I've been called outlander my whole life, like travelers or what have you.
Well, then I don't want to call you that. I will call you Eslov.
It's fine. I don't care.
Eslov, while you're talking and like looking around, can you make me a perception check?
I can try. Let's
You
see,
want to make one as well?
That's an 11.
Okay. And
I forgot to put my dice on.
a couple of deer walk through the clearing.
It grabs his attention for a moment. He looks over, stops whatever he's saying, and looks over.
So will I, if I see him looking away.
They're just walking. And Vesrin, you smell something? Not unpleasant, just it's hard to describe. It's almost sweet.
Do you smell that?
Do I?
Maybe faintly?
I smell the forest. I smell trees and plants. What particularly are you asking?
I know there's something sweet in the air that wasn't there a moment ago.
He'll sniff the air again and be like,
No,
I
maybe
do smell
maybe it's-
something.
There could be flowers, but it's winter, so probably not flowers. But it almost smells like a molasses to you, Vesrin. It almost reminds you of the molasses cakes that Millicent made. Sticky, sweet, delicious.
Honestly, it reminds me of cakes that my family's cook used to make.
Are you
Delicious.
right in the head? I don't smell a
Yes.
thing.
I don't know. You know, they say that sometimes certain scents come together and it'll bring back memories. Perhaps it's just something that for me in particular is making me remember things from my past. I do miss Millicent's cooking.
Yeah,
She
you
was
do.
marvelous. She was marvelous. And I swear to you, Eslov, you would love her food as well. She could make anything.
Well, as you know, I do enjoy a very raw diet.
She could make it raw for you as well, I'm sure.
Take you up on that. I'll consider that a challenge.
Well, I don't know if I'll ever be able to return home, but if we ever are able to go to my home, I will ensure that you get to taste her food.
And Kelmon is still chanting very quietly, and it's becoming almost. It feels musical at this point, more than just a religious chant. It feels like song, and it's content making. Like it helps you feel relaxed and feel better about where you are. And while you're looking at the stars, you see something on your chart that looks not right.
Look down at the chart, look back up.
It looks like in the constellation. Hold on.
Let me pull up the chart.
Okay. Actually, I could show that if anyone wants to see it.
There it
Got
is.
a cool chart? You have an actual cool chart?
Yeah.
Dylan?
I was giving a I was given a chart by the what? I wasn't hiding
Get away
it.
from us. No,
I wasn't hiding it. You guys saw that it was handed. You were there when it was handed to me.
Yeah, I know. I'm just teasing you. Looks cool.
He doesn't really understand teasing, so whenever you do that kind of stuff, he gets really defensive.
In the constellation called the Fiend, it looks like the two stars at the end of it are not there, or if they are, they're very faint, and they come in and out, which is not what you'd expect. You don't really think of stars as blinking and stuff, but those two seem to be.
I'm gonna point that out to Vezran and asks if he can see the stars at the end of the constellation.
Can you make me an intelligence check?
Intelligence check. Okay.
Intelligence
Hear
perception.
him.
It's perception check with intelligence instead of
All right,
wisdom.
let me go over to my. Let's see here. Trying to get over to my characters. Thought I had it up, but apparently I did not. So I'm slowing things down. My apologies.
Do I understand what this constellation, if anything, correlates to, like weather, etc.?
No, you're just
14.
starting to learn what these things are.
Okay.
Straight intelligence check is a 14 for me.
Okay.
I don't know if that's enough.
You can kind of see that, like, the two stars that make the end of the constellation seem to sometimes not be there, sometimes be there. And it almost makes it look sometimes like the constellation is tilted wrong, or maybe there's something wrong with the angle of the paper.
Mm-hmm.
The parchment, I mean.
While we're sitting here, I'll be like, do you mind if I look at the stars? I'd love to, like, study them and compare them as well.
Yeah, be my guest, please, and he'll hand you the chart. Sorry, slurring my words.
That's all right. So yeah, like with that, after I finish doing my spells and also attuning to that staff, I'll spend the rest of the shift between watching and also kind of like learning the map so I can try to understand the stars as well, just by looking up at them from this thing and trying to memorize as much as I can.
It's really hard to tell what's what, but you can see the very brightest stars. You can tell pretty much what they are and how they are represented. But some of the ones that are more, it's just hard to tell what's what. It's not that easy. You have to move with it to try and get an understanding of it.
Yeah, I can stand right next to you and point things out to you.
That'd be cool. Yeah, like Aslov, that'd be cool for him to help me with that. But yeah, Vezran he's somebody who's always interested in studying and learning stuff. So
no, yeah. I'll stand right there, and when you're like, I'll like correct you when you're holding it wrong.
Yeah.
So, like,
and Eslov, while you're standing there holding it, you catch a whiff of what maybe was the sweetness that he was talking about. There is something sweet in the air.
Does it smell like anything in particular to me, or does it just smell like this foreign molasses?
Well, you've probably never, until you got here, probably never had molasses. You've had honey. It's probably closest to that would be your closest, mental affiliation to it.
I think I can smell whatever you described earlier. It smells faintly of honey, although not
molasses.
quite.
Like molasses, yeah? You've had
Never
molasses.
had molasses. I don't know, but I'll
What?
take your word. I'll take your word
No.
for it.
There's no way you've never had molasses. You're
And
kidding.
Vesrin, your stomach growls.
I am so hungry. I'll pull out some of my rations and eat on that, even though I really want some Millicent's.
Sure, I have honey with me because it's one of the things that he really likes to eat. So he'll take out his honey and maybe a cracker or something. And I'll
Can you two make me a charisma save, please?
See, I know what you're doing here, and this happened to
19.
me in the past.
I didn't. what'd you
Natural
say?
20.
All
Is
right.
that?
So
This has happened to me before in a D&D session. I know what's going on.
you nibble on your food and you like satiate yourself enough with a little bit, and you're like, oh, that was good. That was the right thing to do, is have a little bit to eat. That's better. And then the smell sort of wanes. It sort of lessens as you go. And
Kelmon's still awake, yes?
yes,
chanting
he's
still?
chanting.
I'll ask Kelmon. Well, he's in the middle of chant, so I won't bother him. I'll just wait till the morning and ask him.
Yeah. And you guys, deer come through, birds fly, blah blah blah, and eventually your watch
Oh,
comes
by the
to a
way,
conclusion.
Esla will share his honey with you if you want some.
Oh, I would be delighted. And when we get to civilization again, I will make sure you get some molasses. You have to try it.
I'm sure it cannot be better than this. And I'll take another bite of his honey cracker.
We'll see. And I'll go over, and when our shift's over, I'll nudge Kian with my boot. Hey, it's your shift, dear sir.
Right.
Good morning.
Glad we started
evening.
things off right.
There's a smell in the air. If you smell it, if you can figure out what it is, I'd be delighted to know.
You don't really smell anything.
Yeah, no, I'll get right on that. I will double check that smelly smell you've got going on. I'll let you know. Sleep easy.
And then if Eslov hasn't woken up Morkant, I'll do the same to him as well.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'll go and I'll get more contact as you get Kian up.
How do you
I'll
do
come
that?
up to him and I'll just slap him on the cheek until he picks up.
Oh shit. I love it. Makes sense too for like a big barbarian dragonborn, just like, hey, wake up. Wake up.
He doesn't hit you
What?
hard.
What's
He's
happening?
just like, time for your shift. Wake up.
Oh, okay. Don't scare me like that.
Oh, I'm sorry, my
thank you.
mistake.
You should have
No
told him
worries.
somebody attacked us.
Sleep well.
Yeah, somebody attacked us.
Well, we should check out what they want first and see if they're friendly.
Let's go talk to the deer.
Yeah, and there are actually some deer going through at the moment.
When Kian says that to Morkant, I'll tap him on the shoulder and be like, just remember, he's just joking with you. We all love you. Enjoy your shift.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I love him, but I am partial to Morgan.
That is the lightest way to say affection I can think of. Partial to.
I'm okay with him.
Slightly
person,
better
yeah.
than neutral.
Right. Slightly better than I know you.
I mean, I don't hate Morgant.
No.
He's not the biggest bastard in the world.
All right.
And
Let's get our rest in.
you guys get some rest in. And when you two get up, you can still hear the chanting. It's pretty quiet. He's not really loud, but it's still going on. So he's been doing it for at least 4 hours now. And when you get up, it's pretty bright for being in the forest because of the moon being so big tonight. Every now and then a cloud will pass overhead and it'll darken in here for a few minutes, but it seems to be a pretty clear night. The snow it has a nice solid sheen on it. It seems like the snowing has stopped. And Morkant, while you're hearing the chanting, you think you actually recognize some of the words, like, or maybe it's not quite a recognition, but maybe words you've heard but don't know.
Cool. I've just got like a little thing of oil, and just rubbing it down on the metal of the crossbow, basically, keeping track of everything, and keeping it clean.
The crossbow equivalent of sharpening your blade.
More or less, yeah.
Keeping it ready.
Restringing it, maybe something like that. I don't know. That might take a while, but well, yeah, waxing the string would be the other thing.
Yeah.
I guess Morcant would probably be doing his prayers and then making sure his armor is still presentable.
Okay. And while you're praying, it almost seems like Kelmon's words become clearer. And he seems to be calling maybe into the forest to give him sight into the forest as a whole. And the chanting is very calming. At some point, even, some of the butterflies kind of flutter up into the clearing and head up. Can you make me a charisma save, please?
Is that everybody?
Morcant first.
That's going to be a natural 1 for a total of 3.
Yeah, you're totally thinking that you can understand the chant. It's pretty smartly stated, almost beautiful romantic music. It just, the beauty of it is hard to underestimate. And you really feel like you're closer to nature this evening than you've been in the past. And you've never been
Yeah, to be fair, I've lived in the city, so I am closer to nature than
Yeah.
I've been in the past.
Yeah, but you feel close to it. Almost like you do when you go fishing.
Okay.
Which is the one time that you really do kind of attune to nature. And Kian, everything it's weirdly normal for you tonight. Everything just sort of, they're sleeping, he's praying and looking at and listening to the chanting, and it seems to you, can you make me a charisma save, please?
16.
We gotta get 1 failure.
Yeah.
I mean, Morcant rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I failed whatever this check is, or save
In
rather.
that case, maybe I don't know what's going on here.
and every now and then some deer cross through, and everything seems to just sort of slow down for you tonight, like there's nothing you could miss. You feel very keen. You got your rest. Everything is sharp. About as perfect as it could get. And eventually you hear Kelmon's chants start to fade out a little bit. And when you look over at Morcant, he seems to be, have you ever seen somebody when they're awake, but like they're sleeping with their eyes open?
Sure, I can imagine it.
Yeah. He seems to be not moving, but he's sitting up and in his prayer position or whatever, however he does that, and he just seems so relaxed that he doesn't feel like, it doesn't look like he's moving.
As in, like, breathing, or he's just sitting there?
No, just sitting calmly.
You're not gonna disrupt his chill sesh, are you?
I wasn't planning on it.
Strands, right?
I don't know how gods work.
And Morkant, you're actually thinking about you're so close to nature that it almost feels like the perfect time to go fishing. You know, you're like, man, this would be a great time to go fishing.
Pole.
I know, no pole, but it just feels like the right kind of night. You know that on a full moon night like this, the fish would be jumping. Maybe not in a pond, but you know, if you were back at the lake. And you know, deer cross by. Kian, you see deer cross and birds fly through, what have you. And Kian, can you make me a perception check?
9.
The deer, a couple of them start coming towards you. Instead of just crossing one way, some are crossing another direction. It brings them closer to you.
Okay.
And they just sort of pass by. And you realize that one deer has stopped in the clearing. And
Yeah, my crossbow at the ready, by the way.
No, wake more.
why? You have
the deer.
You don't even need to have your crossbow ready. You're having perfect keenness this evening.
Yeah, and part of perfect keenness is being ready for something to disrupt our little kill sesh.
And the deer moves. It starts to cross away. And you see that behind Kelmon is an antlered creature.
I would like to raise my bow and shoot it.
Are you doing it? How are you doing that? Are you doing it fast? Are you doing it like aiming and all that kind of stuff? Or are you just whatever? Let it fly. You can't really aim, but
I mean, I am a professional. I'm confused by this feeling you're describing to me. It sounds like I am alert. I am alert as things get. And
Yes.
given the fact that we know that these monstered antler beasts are there, I'll do it casually. I will see the antlered beast. I'm in such a chill jam sesh. I will raise the bow, pull it back with the goat's foot lever, and fucking fire at it, dude.
all right, roll to
I'll
hit.
say, yeah.
I assumed you would have an arrow
you
knocked
have-
on it already.
Yeah, I mean...
Yep, and you have
leave it
advantage.
Yeah, okay.
But now, as you're getting ready to pull the trigger, can you make me a wisdom save?
Okay.
Wisdom saves.
Am I just way too relaxed to notice any of this?
It's a 15 on
Yeah,
the
you don't
dice. I
even
think
know.
my wisdom is like a +2, so 17.
Yeah, okay. You get to start to pull it, and something doesn't feel right, and you hold back for a moment. Make me a perception check.
Love Wendigos. They're so much fun.
21.
Especially when you get to use them as the DM.
The chanting seems to have stopped at some point, and that's what seems off. It's something doesn't feel right suddenly, and you're not sure why.
Okay. Could you describe this antler thing I'm about to shoot a little more detailed?
It looks like the creatures you've been fighting from the back. Tall and sinewy, standing right over Kelmon.
Does it seem like it's in the midst of an assault?
It seems like it's standing, and every now and then it raises its hands up, like it's breathing in, getting ready to do something, but not assaulting.
Okay, come on. The hell's going on? I will say loudly. So anyone who's asleep may also.
Okay, can everybody but Morkant hears that? Oh, and Meadow, she's deeply asleep.
Of course he is.
Housewives on the road.
I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna be like, no. What?
Oh,
And when you yell, the thing looks back and turns and starts to run
All right,
towards.
I'm gonna shoot it. Oh,
Okay.
towards what now?
Towards the trees.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot it. Okay.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna say it runs towards Kian. Deja vu for him.
Roll to hit.
It's cocked. Hang on. Oh, that's not good. That is gonna be a 9 to hit.
Ooh.
So,
It misses.
okay.
And it flees. It looks back at you. Although you don't see eyeballs, you see that the skull is looking back at you as it dashes towards the tree line. And Eslav and Vesrin, you see this creature that you've been looking for running across.
I'll chase it.
am I able to throw a firebolt at it?
You can't. You are.
I will actually start running after it, by the way.
I
Okay.
will throw.
I mean,
a
yeah, sure.
firebolt.
If we're dashing, I'm bonus action dash, and yeah.
Ooh, that was so close to natural 20.
I don't even grab my great axe. I just have the hatchet that's on my side, and I just run at it.
Okay.
That'll be an 18 total. It was on the 20 and it rolled to the 14. I was like, nah.
All right. Make me a perception check, Vesrin.
Perception check. Oh goodness. Natural 18 plus 3 into 21.
You feel your spell hit the target area, but it didn't do anything. It like went through it.
It's an illusion. That's what I'll say.
And Eslav, you continue running at it, I guess. And Kian.
Yes, I do.
I said it's an illusion. It's tricking you. Get back.
After you say that for the second time, he stops and he looks at it again.
It hits the tree line and you jumps in.
Does it make a crash? Do I see the foliage move?
You do not.
Oh. It's an illusion.
Yes, oh my gosh. Desmond puts his hand to his head, just kind of nod, and then he looks over at Morkant, and then he'll try to shake him.
Morkant is in the middle of prayer.
Morkant.
Do I notice being shaken, or
You
I
do.
just weigh one with the trees?
You do notice being shaken, and it kind of stirs you. And you almost feel
What-
bad because you were supposed to be awake.
Yeah.
Did I doze off? I'm sorry, Vesrin.
Did-
What's going on?
We need to go check on Kelmon. It looked like that creature was messing with him, but it was an illusion. You didn't
The creature
see any of
here?
that? You didn't hear Keen yell or fire his crossbow? Me throw firebolt?
It's not like there was anything important going on.
I guess I dozed off. I don't know. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, let's go check on Kelmon. We might need your particular
Yeah.
skill set.
I'll run back and I'll grab my great axe. Did we get any benefits from a rest?
Yes, it's near the end of the 4 hours anyway.
Okay. So I'll run back and I'll grab my great axe and I'll meet the party.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll go. I guess we'll walk over. Morkant. I don't know if Kian's coming. I don't want to speak for you, but I'm walking over.
I mean,
to
yeah.
Kelmon.
Yeah.
Kian, when you get there, you kind of realize that if you pulled the trigger, you probably would have shot Kelmon
How does that work?
because
'Cause it
the
would've-
illusion was placed between you and him.
Sure. Okay. I mean, it's a big creature. So.
Oh, it was trying to get you to kill him.
Sure. Okay.
Kelmon, are you okay?
I think I fell asleep.
We've been attacked. Sort of.
What do you mean attacked? We're all okay. Wait, where's Meadow? And she's starting to wake up. Oh, she's back there. Okay.
She's fine.
Go back to sleep, Meadow.
But I say sort of because we weren't attacked by anything physical.
You mean we were attacked by magic?
It seems some sort of illusion that I spotted.
The creature made itself look like it was here. But as I threw a firebolt at it, it went right through it, as if it was an illusion.
Yeah, and then I discovered it was an illusion when it went into the bushes, but it didn't make a sound.
You have Kian to thank for you not being harmed. He was the one who woke everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Kian.
Yeah, no problem. You might want to get your tree friend to do a little more protecting.
Hey,
Then you would have to be out of the clearing.
So hang on, as long as we're here, the tree is not protecting the clearing?
Right. I put him to sleep so that you would be able to rest here. That's why I suggested you have a watch, and I said, and Vestrin even, I suggested Vestrin put up his spells to cause alarms.
So we're as unprotected from this thing here as we would be anywhere else in the forest?
Well, probably not. We have
You
better
have more light.
vision here.
Sure. I'm seriously not gonna lie. I was really banking on this place being protected by a giant tree monster when when I agreed to come here. That was part of the deal.
It's
Don't
okay.
I'm
call
almost
Steven
as
a
tall as a
monster.
tree, so you have me at least.
We're good. Everybody's alive and well. Nobody's harmed. We're fine.
I mean, it knows we're here and is attempting to actively
It knows we're here anyways.
pull some tomfoolery on us. Sure.
But my question is why would it try to get us? Well, were we able to figure? Well, Kian, I guess I wouldn't know that. You would know unless you tell
Kian's
us.
the only one who could put two and two together from that.
Sure. It's standing between me and him, so
So you're saying it tried to get you to hit him?
probably.
Why would it do that? Does it want the clearing not to be safe or protected? Kalman, if you were to go down, would the tree creature wake up?
It was created before me.
I'm just saying, would your magic keep it down? But if you were to go down, would it wake up on its own?
I think it would still remain. But I don't know who would know that.
Well, I'm just saying, what if it was trying to get us to hurt you? That thing wake up, see that we harmed you, and then it swats us like flies.
Perhaps.
Or perhaps you protect this place and it doesn't want you protected, and it's hoping that we would kill you, so that the clearing would not be protected. I don't know.
Those could both be the case.
That seems very intelligent for just a beast. Seems almost like something a human would think, or something of higher intelligence.
Well, they spoke, correct?
Yes, I
And
mean
they almost had a whole conversation.
I would have assumed then that they were not just
well,
mindless
I did.
beasts.
I assumed somewhat, but this is not just like let me try to pull you in. This is strategy beyond just a normal thing that can talk. And this is calculated, very well calculated.
And
Not
magic
spur of the
using.
moment. Yes. Very odd.
I don't know what these things are, so I don't know what they're capable of beyond their claws and their antlers as weapons. Now I know that they can go a little further than that.
Well, thank you for allowing us to stay here, but I think for your sake, as well as this clearing's sake, we'll probably not stay here any further.
And I
Mainly
feel,
so that way your guardian can stay awake.
yes, I will have to awaken him, especially if these, who knows who will be susceptible to these magics that it's using now.
Did you know it could use magic?
Well, we knew it could do some sort of magic.
I'm asking Kelman.
I didn't until now, when you said that it was using some kind of illusions or something on.
Are we certain that it was the creature that was using these magics?
I'm not certain of anything at the moment.
That's a good point, Eslov. It could be something working with them. Perhaps something on this side controlling them. Or aiding them, at least.
It could also be something working against Kelman. Using the image of the creature to trick us.
Do you have any other enemies out here, Kelman? Is there anybody that would want you gone or this clearing unprotected?
I've had no enemies here until the gnome came through.
So it's safe to, at this point, to say that it's probably not that, but there's a chance that something could be helping these things. So we should be careful when we approach this last one, because if it's not it doing these things, then we may have another threat out there as well. It's a good point, Eslov.
Let me...
Ian, you've been strangely quiet.
Who?
Kian.
Oh.
Don't have a
yes.
offer.
Uncharacteristic of him.
Usually you have some type of comment or a thought. Just taking it in?
Not this time around. As far as I can tell, I mean, strategic or not, magical or not, don't see how that changes our objective here.
It doesn't so much change the objective, but it makes us, we should think how we approach it. We need to be aware of what could else be out there, or what this thing is capable of, so we can try to prepare to engage it properly.
That's fair. Never been good at that.
My mind is an iron pen. I can handle whatever it throws at me.
Well, we shall see. I hope you're correct, Eslov.
And immediately after saying that, he gets distracted by something.
The butterflies start flying up.
Yep. He gets on edge as he sees the butterflies.
You say, Eslov, over here, yeah.
What? Oh yes. An iron pen.
Iron pen, indeed. All right. So, where do you guys think we should start? Should we go back in the direction that we went before, or should we go in the direction that this thing, the illusion, went? What are you gentlemen thinking we should do in tracking this creature?
Well, I'm a little confused why the illusion ran in the first place, but that might just be trying to keep up some level of deception. Who the hell knows?
So he was hoping somebody would follow it, like Eslov was doing, to try to pick somebody off, one by one.
Well,
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's a different topic. So you finish that thought.
I was just saying it would be wise for us not to get split up. Eslov, if you see this thing running off, don't chase off after it immediately. If it's trying to separate us, it could target you or one of us that's left behind.
I can handle it.
Yeah, he can handle it.
I'm not saying you can't, but if it has
I do see your point, and as much as it hurts my ego, I will stick to the party.
I'll lean over. You should definitely go. 100%. I give you my blessing.
He'll flash you a thumbs up, incognito. Anyway. As soon as Bezern looks away.
Point is, did this one ever get a lock on where this thing is? All that night chanting?
The trees have been saying that there's something moving that is not no more than a mile from here in that direction.
Well, let's hope it's not a squirrel. Let's go.
I will stay and reawaken.
All right.
What'd you call him? Treven. Green. And he chuckles every time he says it.
That's a good name.
Good. He knows we're not making fun of him. We're just poking fun.
I love Treven. Hopefully he'll allow us in here one day without
we all love Treven. We all love Treven.
As the party starts to walk away from Killman, I just want to walk up to him and be like, hey, Killman, you know all the animals in this area. I'm just curious, are there a lot of fish that have arms?
None that I've ever heard of. Have you seen a fish with arms?
I mean, I see a lot of things. Anyways, I better go catch up with them. Thank you.
Damn, now his curiosity's too peaked to let that go, probably.
He's gonna spend the rest of his life protecting this clearing, just thinking about this moment. Fish with arms.
Imagine being more count having to deal with it.
And
Right.
as you clear from the clearing, he starts doing his chanting and singing to reawaken the trees. And you head out into the... And even though it's starting to become dawn, the clearing starts to get light. You know, it starts to pick up a little bit of hint of light through it. You get a few feet into the trees, and it's just like night again. Here and there, there's little spots of light that come through from between the very thick canopy of the forest.
Well, back into the darkness, gentlemen and lady. Speaking to Meadow.
Yeah.
Real quick, Scott, was I able to attune to that thing? Was it something I could attune to?
Oh, you were able to attune to it.
I just hope it's something we can use.
I will.
I won't get to keep it very long, probably. I know, it's like, I actually said, like, watch, this will be something that's cursed. Yeah, you can attune to it. Now you're, like, cursed for the rest of your life.
No,
I can't even give it back to the lady. It'll just keep coming back to me.
Now you can just only eat cheese. It's the only thing your body will let you digest.
Oh no, and I'm lactose intolerant. This is a terrible curse.
Oh no! Worst traveling companion ever.
It'd be so terrible. A character that's lactose intolerant that gets cursed to only be able to eat cheese. Just, oh man, that's just terrible.
It wouldn't be that bad, depending on how bad they have it. I mean, that's like, if I got that curse, I'd be fine.
Separate.
I already eat ungodly amounts of dairy, even though I should.
All right, so what do I got?
Perhaps that's too much information.
In Discord, I gave you the information that you get from
Sweet,
it.
I'll look over there. Thank you. Oh, nice. That could be helpful.
Yeah, it's one of the best curses there is.
It is. That could be helpful.
Curse of cheese.
Curse.
Curse
of
cheese.
Iv. It's cursive.
All right.
Now everything you write is hard to read.
All right, so we're good to go, gentlemen.
Let's be on our way then.
I will tell you guys, after spending some time with this staff, it's a staff that allows you to cast hold on a creature or a person. It has enough juice to try for once a day.
Is it creature or person?
Monster or person. I mean, out of character, it's whole person or whole monster once a day.
Wow. I mean, Kian does something of difference there. So that is a big deal. That's a considerable ability.
Oh, it is so cool. We have hold person and hold monster available to us.
Well, it's only temporarily. I did promise the daughter that I would return this staff to her when we were done.
Do we
I am a
really
man
need
of-
I mean,
to?
yeah, I was gonna say.
I am a man of honor,
Yes.
and I.
I mean,
and
I
do
guess
keep my word.
I suppose we do have to come back here. So either way, we have to turn it in.
But perhaps this could be useful if we're trying to catch this creature. If we're able to
Okay.
cast it, we might be able to hold it long enough to secure it
I mean,
for transportation.
isn't hold monster just the same as me headlocking this thing?
It's more of a
Very similar, but a magical version. Think of it as casting a magical you that holds it.
So
You
you're
can't move.
replacing me with magic now, is it?
Oh
No,
no, it's actually much better. It basically is. It's like a mental or
With that, he gives you a glare.
yeah. It basically shuts down. It's like an explosion of power in whatever this thing's brain is. Just stops it from moving entirely.
Temporarily.
Yeah.
Temporarily.
He starts muttering to himself.
But Eslov, I don't think it's better than you because it can only do it once a day. You can grab and hold people all day long, so don't think you're not useful. You're definitely
He ignores you.
Where you can grab and hold people all day long, it's not really acceptable in most places to do so.
All right. Let's hunt this beast.
Yeah.
And you head in the
Yes.
direction out into the woods.
I suppose I'll lead the hunt.
You open the hood on the lantern to give yourself some light.
You see, Vestrin, the secret is he's at his best when he has something to prove. That's how you get him, right? You want them to seek your approval.
Oh yeah, he's trying extra hard now.
Yeah.
I like that, Keen. That's
Yeah.
a smart tactic.
It's a very powerful tactic. Yeah. I'll tell you all about it. I got a whole handbook of this kind of stuff.
Do I hear them say this?
No. I will say this. So did you have a chance to speak with Morcant and, try to understand?
Yeah, we really hashed things out. Had a whole real peace offering. Realized where we stood on matters. There were tears.
You got your deception. I'll do if Scott will allow us. I'd like to do that. See if I can tell you're bullshitting me.
Yeah.
I rolled.
I rolled pretty low. I don't know if you did. Let's see here. My insight total is 5.
He seems totally believable.
Hard to read.
Hard to read. I love it. Well, if you say so, I hope so, because you both are very talented, and we need both of you and your skill sets.
And
Though I do agree with what you did. I saw the creatures coming. I knew it was going to be an attack. I'm just glad you were able to react before I did. So.
No problem. It's part of the trade. All right.
It is. So you head into the dark forest with Eslav in the lead with an open lantern. And
I'll be in the middle. I'll be between everybody. I'm not getting on the end.
okay.
Nobody's picking Vezrin off.
And as you're going, it's hard to traverse because you really have to kind of climb over roots a lot. There's no really any big flat areas to make it easy to walk. So it is pretty tough to get around. And after a while, Morcant, you start to get hungry again. You something smells good in the air again. You're like, I mean, it's no big deal. You're just kind of walking through the forest here. Are you going to get a roll?
What?
I think he went to get a roll because he was hungry. Or a biscuit.
Okay. Something out of whatever my ration is.
Biscuit
Salt
for our
wrapper.
English viewers.
All right.
And you start to get hungry. You can smell like in the air something that smells good again, very much like what you smelled before. Delicious.
I wasn't with the group that
No,
smelled.
that was Vestrin. I'm sorry, Vestrin. I meant Vestrin, not Morcant.
Okay.
I smell that in the air again. I wonder if it's related to the creature. Does anybody else smell that sweet scent? Or is it just me?
Do we smell it?
Actually, none of you do. Oh, let me see if Meadow does. No.
I would say, I know I sound crazy, but we should be prepared in case I'm not crazy.
Prepared for a pleasant
Tricks.
scent? Okay, well.
No, for tricks.
And your stomach starts to growl.
I'm going to pull out my food and eat something, like some of my rations.
Vestrin, get some food. You make me a charisma save, please.
12 plus 3. Save, right? So
Yes.
12 plus 2. 14.
Okay. You eat probably more than you did before. Maybe you kind of realize as you're finishing up that you think you just ate all your rations.
Someone's ravenous, aren't they?
And you're still hungry. Like, that's not good.
No, this is not good.
I do know what's happening. Scott, you can't fool me.
Quiet, you.
Well, I don't know what's happening, but I'm super hungry and I just ate all my rations. Something feels off to me. I'm on edge.
Do I feel this?
You don't. He was the only one that felt that.
What time of day is this?
It's morning, actually.
It's still
but,
morning?
But it's so
Have
dark
I-
here that it feels like night.
Have I been able to pick up on a trail yet?
You haven't gotten out all the way to the full mile out yet.
Okay.
Soon you'll be there, though. And actually, when you see him eating, you start to think maybe you're a little hungry. Can you make me a charisma save, please?
Ooh, me?
Eslov.
Uh-oh. $18.
You eat a little bit and satisfy the craving. But while you're doing it, Vesrin is looking at that food like, wow, that looks good. And he's like staring at you like a puppy dog, like, while you
Giving
eat.
him a look as I'm gonna try and meet his eyes. Like, you're muted.
I'm like, I'm sorry, Eslov. I don't know why. I'm just really, really hungry.
I only have so much to go around, and as you can see, I kind of need it.
I understand.
You should have saved your own. Did you eat everything you had?
I believe so, and I don't know why. I don't normally eat this much.
Try and pace yourself next time. We'll go hunting later, and we'll bag ourselves a deer.
It sounds delicious.
Actually, that sounds really good. Better than your rations, even.
Like wiping away some saliva.
As a matter of fact, you're thinking about it and you're like, maybe even just raw, maybe a little salt would be really, really delicious. Like
Maybe your fellow
most
party
delicious.
members.
You know, Eslov, you said you like your food raw. What does it taste like? Does it taste really good when it's raw?
Ugh, raw food is so much better than cooked food. I don't understand why you all ruin the meat. It's so fresh and clean when you eat it raw. It's so...
Morkett, that seems
So
like an
light.
odd conversation. Kian's kind of focused on the.
I don't know
Actually,
why.
Eslov's
Kind
is the front. You're all
so much
hearing this.
healthier, too, for you.
I don't know why, but it sounds like something I really want to try right now.
Morkett, can you
So
make
hungry.
me a charisma save? Like
Can I look around
this
for
food
small,
talk is
small
making
game?
you a little hungry, and you're like,
Modified
look-
20.
okay.
Can I look
You're a
around for
little
like?
hungry.
Can I look around for some small game that I can throw a javelin at?
There's a few birds, little ones.
Birds are no good for eating. Birds of that size, at least.
Yeah, you don't see anything.
You
like,
muted again,
Huh?
Morgan. Get out of
Kian,
mind, Morgan.
they're-
That he's
Them
muted.
talking about all this food. And you're like, I'm a little hungry too. Can you make me a charisma save?
14.
You're a little hungry. Your stomach's growling a little bit. You guys really didn't eat breakfast, so actually, Vestrin's the only one that actually ate breakfast. That's probably why you're so hungry.
Okay.
Well, let me see about Meadow. Meadow's nibbling on some rations that she has. Seeds mostly, berries.
Would all of you like to stop and eat? You all seem to be munching as we walk. We'll
Yeah, I don't
probably
know
do
what's
better
going
on
on
a
with
full
them.
stomach.
Vezerin seems ravenous. Kian seems hungry.
Yeah.
I can hold it.
I can try and find a
Came here with
spear.
I came here with a fucking job to do, fellas.
I know. It seems like the one most stalwart out of all of us is faltering a little bit.
And Meadow's dog runs off a little bit like it's hunting. Like it sees something.
Fellas, we came here to do a job. If you can't hold your stomach for an hour, all right, we got bigger problems.
Indeed. Why don't we? It's not even lunchtime yet, frankly.
I don't know why I'm so hungry. Something feels
Like a-
off, but
like
I
a
know I want
wildcat.
something raw. And right now, eating food raw, which is something I've never felt good to me.
Nope.
It feels like a good idea right
It's
now.
not. It's absolutely not.
I don't know if you like to. Can I roll insight to see if he's right in the head right now?
Yeah, you can.
Natural 1.
Yeah, he seems
He's
to be
just
right.
hungry.
He's learning
He's
from
just
you.
A hungry guy.
He's
hungry.
he's learning from you how
Oh, I'm
the way to
flattered. I'm
eat.
flattered.
And a few minutes later,
Glad you're finally starting to take after me, Bezra.
the dog comes back with a mouse in its mouth. And Meadow's like, ooh, a mouse? Morkan, can you make me a wisdom check, or a charisma check, I mean?
Check
Not
or
Morkan. I'm
say?
sorry, not Morkan, Veteran. I don't know why I keep mixing you up tonight. It's so weird.
Is that
Morgan,
a check
Morgan.
or save?
I rolled a natural 15. You said charisma, right? So it's a 17 total.
Yeah. Okay. It looks good, but you're like, oh, I'm not gonna eat that raw. And then the dog
no.
chows it down, and it looked really good. Going, oh wow, especially when the tail kind of slurped down.
I don't know why, but that looks really delicious to me, and it does not feel right. But
Because
at the same time, it feels so right.
Vezran, are you right? Even I wouldn't eat a mouse. I
Something's
wouldn't go that
happening with
far,
your
come on.
head. Let's get this
Obviously.
thing killed.
Let's find it because it's starting to make me want to eat things raw. I don't know.
Can I give him a quick once over and look to see if he has a parasite or something?
Yeah, you can give him
Something medical,
I
like
think you might have to go a bit further in to find parasites.
kind of look in his eyes, whatever I do.
I don't know. We shouldn't be doing colonoscopies in the middle of the woods, though. Let's not do that.
Yeah, probably not.
Like, could I do something to make an assumption that he might have a parasite?
Medicine?
Vezran, what's that hanging out of your ass?
Yeah, you can make a medicine check. I mean,
Is this a
you don't
universe
really-
where they understand what parasites are?
Yeah, I don't think that they know that. They know what worms are. You can get worms in your belly because you can get them coming out the other side.
Let's see.
I'm gonna do a quick once over of the forest,
6,
see if I can see
24?
anything.
So give him a quick medical exam at 24.
He seems to be medically fit. Nothing.
It doesn't seem like there's anything medically wrong with you. Perhaps it's something else. If you guys give me if we stop for a little bit, I can do more of a check to see if it's something magical.
I was gonna say, can I detect magic?
I'll stop you right there. I'm gonna go on a limb and say it's something magical. We're literally in a magical forest that messes with your brain. I mean, I'm.
So yeah, I'll just go ahead and, assuming we don't have a lot of time, if we can I'll take the 10 minutes and cast detect magic.
Okay.
Yeah. I can cast detect magic too, but you go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I just cast
feel
it
like
in a fraction of a second.
Well,
In the 10 minutes it takes to cast,
yeah.
there is something magical around him in the air.
What school?
It would be. Hold on. Gotta look up.
I would ask you too. What school do? What
Oh,
kind
wait,
of magic
no,
are
no,
you
it's-
detecting?
It's just an action. 10-minute
Yeah.
concentration. My brain, sorry.
I mean, I'm gonna go on a limb and say it's either enchantment or transmutation, but we'll find out.
While he's doing this, I want to just take a quick look around the forest to see if I can spot anything out of the ordinary.
And also, if there's anything else that jumps out at me within 30 feet that is triggered by detect magic.
Yeah, I think I'll cast detect magic as well while you're casting it on me, and look around and see if I can see anything as well. Perhaps we can both have visual looking around.
I fear this forest is just going to be full of crazy magic, and it's going to be very, very scary.
It is some kind of illusory magic.
Illusionary magic. Once again, illusionary. Some type of deception magic. I'm assuming, Eslov, last night when we were on watch and I smelled this same smell last night, is probably the same type of magic.
I wouldn't know, but
I'm just telling you. I'm assuming because last night,
Right.
not too long
No,
after we had our
of
watch,
course.
it just seems like
I understand. I'm not very knowledgeable in magic, so I will let you all figure that out.
Well, I
Simple
feel like
question. Simple question. Can we do anything about it right now?
no. We should keep moving.
You can
I don't
tie
have
him
to.
up.
I'm not
Kidding.
I'm not a threat
I'm
to you at the
kidding.
moment.
Kidding.
Yeah. Let me know.
You're at-
Let me know when you look around and I look like a giant chicken leg. That's when things get concerning.
I'll let you know
Thanks.
if I can.
let you know that you're delicious.
As I'm eating you, I'll tell you how tasty you are.
Yeah, you can certainly try.
Eslov gives you a look. Eslov looks at you like this.
I'm kidding, Eslov.
So I'll break the detect magic since he's running it, and I'll just be like, let me just stay with me. Akora's with you, and give him some guidance as we continue moving.
Those are. How about you walk next to me? I'll keep an eye on you. Within arm's reach.
As much as I love being next to you, I'd prefer to be towards the middle of the group.
It might be
If-
best if.
I react better to things attacking us if I have something between me and them.
Well, I think that at the moment the biggest threat to us is probably you.
No, I don't. I think it's still probably the monster.
Gentlemen,
The most present
lady.
threat.
If
If-
it makes
if
you feel more comfortable. Well, sorry, Morkana, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
no worries. If it's affecting you now, it's pretty safe to say that it definitely is doing a better job of tracking us. I feel like in any case we're probably not hidden. Question is, how far away is this creature from us now to be doing this to you?
It's got to be near us. I mean, most spells have a distance, and we must be within visual range of it. Not always, but generally speaking.
Yes, unless it's something else.
I'm gonna fan out and check it out. I'm gonna do a sweep of the area.
Okay, make me a perception check.
I'm going to kind of also
Can I
go
help?
next to Eslov.
Actually,
You can all make perception checks.
Okay, well, 16 for me.
Okay.
maybe a 21 for me.
Yeah, Kian, you feel super like
19.
keen today though. So like
12.
Perception is one of my proficient skills, so
yeah. What did you get, Eslov?
21.
Morkant?
Nice. 19.
12.
And Kian got a 16.
Just thinking about that food. I'm not as perceptive as the rest right now. I'm so hungry.
Yeah, he's like looking through the woods, but all he's looking for is animals. While his mouth is watering.
There are very few animals that you see except birds here and there and butterflies. And the butterflies are like all over the trees and stuff, so those are everywhere. And while you're looking around and moving out, you think that you see some movement out in the direction you are heading between some trees.
For now, I'm just gonna assume that it's an animal. I don't want to make any hasty decisions.
And I'll call out and be like, "There's no need for these games. Why don't you just come talk with us?"
You're gonna look real stupid if that's a squirrel.
Oh, if nothing responds, then nothing knows. No loss, no gain.
Yep. No response.
All right.
I'm
kick off into the woods.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find it. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go look for it.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna start walking that way, a bit quicker than I was.
Okay, Kian, make me a survival check.
Sure.
Didn't try to separate us once before.
Yes, we should roll and pass a 2.
16 again.
The
Together.
the forest becomes a little less dense in this area, and there's a lot of deer tracks.
Are they deer tracks or are they deer tracks? You know, deer tracks.
They're deer tracks, but there might be one deer that's much bigger, like with bigger feet,
How much bigger?
and it might actually move on 2 legs.
I want to follow
not a
those
deer.
tracks.
Yeah, it seems to be. It moves a lot with the deer. It seems.
How old are these tracks? Do I know?
It seems like this may have been what you had seen a little while ago. Is the deer up in this area?
Did you point this out to us? And
Yeah,
I do.
let's follow
I
it.
do make this clear, and if no one else knows, I make it clear.
Let's follow it to the next point. We find them.
so you're saying we're pretty close to this thing, yes?
Yeah.
It seems that way. These tracks are fresh.
Mage armor.
Metagaming.
It's not metagaming. It's tactics.
Just that.
I know. I just love teasing you.
Every time.
Because
Something's happening.
there are players out there who would call that metagaming, even though it's what your character would do.
I mean,
Yeah.
if I think that we're about to be in conflict,
Of course, yeah. Your character's not stupid. You can make decisions, but
yeah.
some people will go, "That's metagaming."
No, it's called strategy. For any of those people who watch this, it's called strategy.
See, but it's a TTRPG. It's a
Yes.
tabletop role-playing game, not strategy game.
I'm playing my character.
I'm playing devil's advocate.
Alright.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Let's find this thing.
Let's find it.
And you can tell that this is like deer have paths that they tend to follow a lot, and you can see there's some deer coming this way from in the direction that the tracks go, and you start following the deer that are there. But one thing that you actually probably realize that if the deer come through here, they may mess up the tracks and reduce your ability to to follow.
Perhaps one of us should lag behind and just to see if we can draw it out towards somebody. But not really lag behind.
Well, you just cast a spell to put some defenses on you, right?
Yes. You want me to stand by myself and risk my frail body? Sure.
Don't fret. I can slow down a little bit while you three continue.
Wait. No, we can't have that. We need our talker at the front.
Yeah,
Perhaps.
exactly. I'll be fine.
What if you have a fight with Kian about what happened and you say, enough is enough, I'm leaving. Forget you guys, I'm going off.
You know, I'm quite.
You want me to shoot him?
capable-
Because I can shoot him.
No, let's not antagonize.
I mean, you
We're
have
all
to make
kidding
it look.
about that.
You have to make it look realistic, right?
I'm not much
That's
of an
pretty
actor. I mean, I could walk slowly. I don't know how much I could pull off.
Not gonna mess with this.
Like,
All right, we're burning daylight here. Are the deer like what? Are there deer coming on the track in our direction?
Yes,
Okay, so we want them to scatter then, right?
correct. That would be
All
your
right, I
best
shoot
bet.
at them.
Okay. You shoot a deer.
Is that your solution to everything?
I shoot at them. I don't shoot
Okay.
one. I'll
You
shoot.
could just roar.
That works as well. But unless someone else is doing something, I have a hammer. Every problem looks like a nail.
Yeah. No, I'm talking to Morgan.
You shoot at them, and they scatter. The front particularly scatters pretty quick, and the rest of them sort of scooch around behind them. But they seem to have left the trail some.
Problem solved. Let's keep going.
For now.
Yeah, I'll walk by, pick up my bolt from the dirt.
Okay, so you go back to get your bolt.
Oh, are they coming up behind us or in front of us?
They're coming up behind you
Oh,
and
then
following down the same. Like this is
So-
like the deer superhighway.
Okay, wait. So as long as we keep ahead of them, it doesn't really matter if they're messing up the tracks.
Correct, but they go faster than you guys.
Sure. Okay, then yeah, I don't care. I'm not gonna go back and pick up the bolt. Then I'll just leave it. It's fine.
You could go get it.
I'll go get the bolt for you. Again.
Oh yeah, sure. Then we two birds with one stone. Maybe it'll attack you then. Go ahead.
Yes, I will. Hold on, Kian, let me get your bolt. You may need that later.
Oh, thank you, Veteran, for being so kind and venturing out on your own.
Vesper tries to hold in a chuckle on that one, and then he will go slowly walking to get the bolt.
Oh, I can barely see you from over here, Veteran. Where are you?
And Vestrin,
I'm over here.
Oh, there you are.
When you get back there where the bolt is, near the bolt, you see that there's a dead animal on the ground.
What kind of animal?
It looks
A
like maybe
delicious
a
one.
rabbit that has been partially eaten. Can you make me a charisma check or a charisma save? I mean,
And do I get to add the?
yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
Guidance?
Yes.
all right? So, guidance is 1d4, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So, I rolled a 14 plus 2, which makes it a 16 plus 1 on the 1d4 because I rolled a 1. So, is it 17? 16?
Yeah. And you go to reach for the bolt, and that looks kind of tasty, but you like resist it. Like, what is that? And in a way, after you start walking away, you kind of feel disgusted at yourself for it. Like, what was that? Ugh.
I think something's trying to mess with me as I'm walking back with the bolt.
You think?
There was a dead rabbit just so happened laid perfectly out near your bolt. And it took every ounce of my strength to prevent myself from trying to tear into it. I'm a little bit disgusted with myself, I must admit. That was even in my mind.
I'm just gonna take that bolt off you.
But I think it's trying to lure us out. I don't think I should be the one to go any further. Next time, why don't you be the ones? Because it seems to know that I'm affected by whatever it is.
And you continue walking the deer trail. And the tracks do follow along the trails. It's pretty obvious to you, Ken, that it is stealthing around this place with the deer and using it as a way to blend into them. And after a while, you see up ahead was it a pod of deer? What is it? A group of deer called? Oh, it's just a herd, I guess. A herd of deer that are in a slightly more open area, and they seem to have stopped in that area.
Do I see a large one with antlers?
With a skull for a head.
You don't. You just see a lot of antlers.
I wouldn't trust those antlers. It could be illusions.
Well, there's one way to find out.
Well, you
I
do
say
see
as
the
I raise my
deer.
crossbow.
Right, you do. When all you have is a hammer. You're completely right about that. But you do see deer. It's not like there's just antlers floating there. You do see deer, but there's more antlers behind it, so it's hard to tell.
No,
It would be impossible to tell if he was. If
I
it
get what
was
you're
in
saying.
there.
I was just trying to make a joke.
Yeah. And it's a little has a little bit more light in there because it's a slightly more open area. It's not a clearing by any stretch, but
Yeah, what time of the day is it?
it's late morning. You've been tracking it for a couple of hours at total. And it'd probably be mid-morning, wouldn't even be late morning at this point.
Let's go find out if it's there. Any objections?
No, lead the way. I
No
will
problem.
stay right in the back. Well, you stay behind me. I need a human shield behind me as well.
I really don't know how much I trust someone at the front with me all the way back here.
Lesson 1 of abjuration. That's what they teach you. It's not just good enough to have magical shields. You also should have every other kind of shield.
That's right.
Dual wield shields.
You are 100% correct.
Okay, yeah, yeah, take the front. I'm gonna stride into the clearing like I'm, what's the, that one comic panel where a dude's like, come out, Dracula, you big nerd, where's my money?
I have to look this up. I've not seen this.
And when you stride in, the deer just scatter. And suddenly in the middle, not quite the middle, closer to you, but within the herd, you see the creature turn and look back and see you. And we're going to take a break real quick.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Right
Though.
before I got to announce that I'm charging directly at the.
You don't need to announce it. I know what you're doing. We'll be right back, everybody.
I like that, Ken. First rule of abjuration. Not just magic.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We just had a snack of raw meat, probably some sushi somewhere, and have returned now.
Bite out of the calf of a dragonborn.
Yes.
When we left, you had just seen right in front of you in the middle of the deer, as they scattered, your quarry. Or your prey, I mean.
I'm chasing it.
Shooting the hell out of it.
What's your running speed?
30, but with dash it's 60.
Okay.
As soon as I see it, I'm going to fire. And I will say, also, let's try to take it alive. Actually, I'm going to do hold person on it right off the bat here. Well, not hold person. I'm assuming it's a monster. So
Do we get like a...
It's a monster.
Is this a surprise round? Or is it
It
we're
is.
coming?
It did not know you were coming from there.
Okay, in that case,
So initiative then?
Yes.
how far away is it?
About 60 feet.
Okay.
16.
27.
3. I always go last. Mine's a 3.
I rolled a nat 1, so I go on 4. So
I stand corrected. I do not go last.
Wow.
4 is greater than 3.
yeah, I'm going on 4. You're going on 3? Or you rolled a 3 plus your bonus? Dylan.
What? No, I rolled a 2, and then I have plus
Okay,
1.
so I still go before you.
I will most likely end up taking the alert feat, though, because I don't... Actually, I probably shouldn't mention that. I'm not going to talk about how I'm going to build my character.
Okay.
I-
So, Kian, you said you got a 27, right?
An 18 plus 9, yeah.
Right. Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
You're first,
Yeah.
and you have the ranged weapons.
Yeah.
And it's ready to go.
Do I... Yeah, screw it. Yeah, why not? I'll shoot it.
Okay.
Cool. I had to think about it. My options.
I know.
You said it's surprised?
It is surprised.
So would I have advantage on the roll?
You would.
Or no? Yeah, okay. First
Could have tried talking.
What? You could have tried
Could have
talking.
tried talking.
The second one's going to be a 17 plus 6 for a 23.
That hits.
Okay.
And it doesn't just go through it. It hits.
Cool. And so that's a D8 plus a D6 plus 4. 5 plus 3, 12 points of piercing damage. And I see it, raise the crossbow, fire off. I am still walking towards it at my full movement speed, as I'm walking, reloading the crossbow and sighting up a second shot.
And you hear it. "Ah!"
Yeah.
And next up is Morkant. Wow.
It's just like every fight you've gone last. So he's like, what? More guys.
It's so weird.
I run after Key and be like, what are you doing? Why are you always shooting these things? Everybody calm down. I just try and catch up, but, I'm still behind him, and that'll be my turn.
Okay.
You know what? I will have taken the dash action as a bonus action, just 10 feet ahead of wherever Morkant could possibly get to.
I just can't, in my armor, chink, chink, chink. Can't catch up.
On the surprise round, I'd be next, yes?
Veteran, yes.
All right, I will attempt to freeze this thing in place with the hold monster from the staff.
Okay.
I don't know what the DC is on it because I know we just kind of told me what it is. So
Roll the dice. Roll the dice.
I don't know what it was. Well, I mean,
Oh.
would I roll it? Because
It's
the
a
DC.
wisdom
I'll
save
roll
on.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what the DC for the save is though. So
Okay.
Would it be your spell to save then, if there's nothing listed?
Well,
I don't know. Does it act on my spell DC?
yes.
All right, so then that would be a DC of 14.
Okay. And you use you lower the wand,
The staff, right?
the staff. I mean, it's a small staff because it was a gnome staff, but to you, it's probably more like a wand.
Like a club.
Yeah, it's more solid than a wand though, and you use the spell, and the creature mid-scream stops moving and stops screaming.
And I tell you guys, it's held. I don't know how long. Secure it quickly.
And I'm already on my way over there.
Yeah.
And I'll move closer because I don't want to be too far away from the party. So I will also move forward.
Eslov, you are next.
Yeah, I use my dash action to get there, and I can't do anything else with my action unless, as a part of that, you would let me tackle it.
You could I'll let you tackle it. Why not?
I'll do that.
To totally bring it down.
Yeah.
And it seems to do nothing to stop or prevent it. And you wrap it up like a football player.
Secure it tight quickly. Use your rope. We also need to bind its mouth if we can.
Yeah. If we're like, I'm guessing we're on that weird foe initiative where we're sort of still in combat, but not really.
Yeah, you're not in combat. You just have a timer on now.
So we need to cover its head, cover its mouth.
As quickly as I can, I'm going to roll it over on its back while sitting on it and then try to start to bind its arms.
Okay.
And I'm going to lean closer to it and just be like, can you understand us?
It doesn't move.
I guess that's a no.
This type of magic prevents it from interacting with you for the moment. But we need to cover its eyes, and if we can cover its mouth, we need to. We don't want it being able to use any type of magic on us. Most magic involve being able to see or say things. We need to make sure if this thing can cast spells that we can limit its possibilities.
I'm going to brain it with a dagger.
Knock it out, you mean?
Yes, one side.
Okay, I thought you meant just like bury your dagger
Right.
like skull. And I was like,
I was gonna be
why would you
very
do that?
We're like, let's take it alive. It's like first round again.
He's like,
I
fuck you guys.
No, I had a feeling that's what he meant, but I wanted to make sure.
That's what I
That
thought
is
he
a
meant
very
too.
Kean thing to do, though.
Yeah.
Like, no bullshit.
Morgan looks at you approvingly. Finally.
So,
Look, you're capable of not killing something.
yeah.
It doesn't have
don't talk to it too soon.
it doesn't really have eyeballs, so you really can't tell if its eyes close or anything, and it's
A sack over its head. Secure it.
Do I need to roll damage and whatnot? How does this work?
no, he's completely incapacitated. You're able to just do it.
Okay.
I'm not going to make you roll for that.
So, do we want to grab like a stick and have it hanging on it and carry it back?
I'm going to
How do
pick
you
it up
wanna
and
do that?
fireman's carry it.
Seems like if it starts thrashing, it'll start get a little complicated, but sure.
That's what I was saying. Maybe bind it to a stick, like we're, carrying it back. Its arms and feet secure.
I've carried live game before.
I'm sure you have, but this is not your typical game.
Trust me, I think I'll be fine.
All right, it's on your head if this thing gets away, though.
You know, it's probably safest to like hog tie it or something.
Yes, we'll definitely.
He's trying to show off at this point.
We'll hog tie it for sure before you firemen's carry it. Maybe you carry it like a bandolier. It's like hog tied around you like a bandolier.
No, I'll wear it around my. What's the thing that Fred wears in Scooby Doo? Ascot.
Ascot.
I'll wear it like an ascot. I'll be like a frat bro.
I'll make sure that I take some type of cloth and cover its skull eyes, like however we can.
Okay.
And if there's a way to bind whatever its mouth is, I will do that as well.
Should we break its limbs? I know that sounds bad and barbaric, but should we just break its legs?
No, there's no reason to break its legs.
I won't stop you.
Should we kneecap this guy?
Let's wait. Let's see what we deal with this thing.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Okay. So,
I'm
what
with
do you do?
Morgan.
Where are you taking it back to the clearing now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it wakes up again,
Yeah.
just so you know, if it wakes up again immediately, I will try and get it in a whole chokehold and suffocate it. Just make it pass out.
Okay.
As we're walking back, I'll call out like for the birds, because you said there were some birds, yes?
Yes.
I'll say to the birds, Kalman, if you can see this, please help clear a path for us back to the clearing. We have the beast secured.
Package is secure.
And about halfway through, you feel it start to move a little bit.
It's waking up. I'm going to drop it and then immediately go for its neck and just choke it.
We could just club it, you know?
What? Why?
This does less damage to it.
Morkant, we will give you a chance to talk to this thing, but we must make sure it's in the clearing and secure before we do so.
Around
Until
me.
then, we torture this poor creature.
Nobody's torturing it. We're
This
making sure
is
it doesn't...
humane.
Until we get it back to where we need to take it, we're making sure it stays unconscious so it can't harm you, myself, or anybody else in this group.
Trust me, it'll pass out in a couple seconds. This is nowhere near torture.
But
No,
by the way,
nothing's being tortured in the background. He's like completely choking it out. It's grasping for air.
that's wrestling. There's a difference between wrestling
Fine.
and torture.
This is the most humane way to do this.
It's just a fun romp in the woods. What are you talking about? Just a couple boys having fun.
It doesn't
Torture is
take.
done to...
It doesn't take long before it.
Morkant, torture
Concedes.
is generally used on things that you want to lie to tell you things. We're making sure it stays unconscious. Very big difference.
Okay, so once it's out again, I'll pick it back up.
Yeah. And you get back to the clearing without. Oh, what were you going to say?
With it being knocked out,
Mm-hmm.
was the magic from it released on me, or is it?
Oh, no.
Does that magic come from somewhere else? Okay, so
Oh,
I'm
no,
still hungry.
Yes.
Does it look
Matter
delicious?
of fact, with it being so close to you, you feel even hungrier. But you've been holding your own.
I'll let the party know in case something happens that they can try to restrain me. And I will say, for your protection, if you need to restrain me if I go crazy and bite somebody, please do so. I don't think it's torture.
I'm going to leave that up to someone else. I have, bigger things to worry about.
You probably
Morkant,
feel
maybe you can
can
use
hold
those.
on.
Maybe you can use those muscles of yours, Morkant.
Yes, I guess I could.
Those muscles you have yet to use.
What do you mean?
He's got to hold up the weight of that armor.
I've
Right.
swung my mace one time.
Did it connect? I can't remember.
Yes, it connected.
Okay, good. Okay, you swung it and hit something. That's perfect.
I have 100% accuracy. I've not missed with my mace. Not once.
Not once. I've only swung it once, but not once. All right.
No
So you said we
misses.
made it to the clearing?
And you get to the clearing. And Kelman he meets you actually in the woods, leading, and helps lead you back, kind of shocked that you have it.
No.
And he's walking with it. He's kind of looking at it. I don't understand what this thing is.
None of us do. I don't know if you have a way to dispel types of magic, but it has some type of hold on me. It's making me extremely hungry for raw meat. And I'm barely able to hold myself against it at this time.
We'll see what we can do once you get into the clearing. Just, don't try and eat anyone, I guess.
I'm doing my best.
He has been doing his best this whole time. I think we can trust him not to.
So you get to the
I'm
clearing, and what are you doing with him?
Toss him in the pond. No, I'm kidding.
Kelman, let's ask Kelman. How do you want to handle this? I don't know about Treven, if we'll be allowed in there now with this creature, but and I know we were thinking about trying to see if it can pass through back to where it's from, but this is your clearing, your rules. You tell us how we should proceed.
Put down on the ground, but I'll stand over it, just watching it.
I don't wish this thing to be here, but it should go back to where it came from, I think.
I agree. So what is the rule with us approaching the pond with this thing.
Well, hang on. Let's slow down. Maybe this thing. I mean, listen. I don't want to sound like a Morcont or anything, but maybe we want to talk to it now that we've got it.
We could attempt
We
to.
could try.
But we should be wary of it trying to cast magic on us. We should keep its eyes bound. Maybe
Yes,
allow its
I agree.
mouth to be open. We all agreed to at least keeping its eyes bound so it can't see us.
Sure.
Yes. I'm going to stand
Alright.
over it with my
And I
axe
will-
at the ready.
I will allow you and Morcont and anybody else who has questions for it to speak to it.
I'll bend forward over it and try to stir it awake gently.
With that, I'll take off. Do we muzzle it? Do we put a cloth over its mouth so it can move?
I did.
I
take
think
it.
you wrapped it with a rope or something more than put
Yeah,
a muzzle over it.
I'll take that off as Morcant goes to touch it, and then I'll stand over it with my axe literally raised in case it tries anything.
Okay.
Excuse me. Can you understand us? I try to wake it.
And eventually you get it to awaken. And when it does, you can see there's like a little glow of red that comes into its eyes.
Its eyes are covered.
Into its eye socket. Oh, you're right. Its eye
I
socket.
get it. Trying to keep its vision limited.
Yep, right. It starts to move a little bit, and
If you could understand me, I would recommend not moving too much for your own safety.
and it nods, and you said its mouth is bound still, or you didn't
No,
unbind it?
we
Okay.
unbound the mouth.
Did you see that? It nodded. I think it knows.
Yeah, its hands, so it can't do magic, are bound, and its eyes are covered. So
Right.
the only thing it can do is semantics.
Potentially try and bite us as well, which will not end up.
I can
More
smell
can.
the hungry one.
Yes. Was that your doing?
Oh. It's just my natural odor.
No. Well, we're going to try to return you from where you came. Do you know where you came from?
It doesn't say anything.
Do you have some sort of name?
It's what are you, or who are you?
I am Kato.
Kato the Wendigo. No.
You don't take this personally, but you have been hostile thus far.
Let's not worry so much about that. We're just wondering why you and your friends came here, and if you know anything about that gnome that we found dead.
Where are you in relation to it?
I'm leaning right over it.
Okay.
I'm standing behind it.
Morkan, can you make me a dodge?
Dodge?
Yeah.
Dex?
A dex check. A dex save.
Dex save 18.
It thrashes its antlers while
Calm
you're
down. Calm down.
and you
All
back
right.
up before it gets you.
I stab it with a dagger. Not lethally,
All right, I understand.
but I'm just gonna plunge it into its side. Yeah, just so we're clear on where we stand here, you don't do that, or I'll, do that again. Now I'm gonna leave this in here for a little bit. Then I'll take it out if you piss me off some more. So
I'm going to remove it and cast Healing Word. And I'm going to just look back at him and just have the most pissed look on my face.
it literally just tried to smack you with its antlers, buddy.
Do I
We're
need to
trying
hold
to
you
have
back
a
now, Kian?
conversation.
You're trying to
You're
have a
just a
conversation.
tied up
For
creature
once.
that's scared, and you're just going to attack it.
For once, I agree with Morcant. I think we should let him do his work.
We have every advantage over this thing, and all you're doing is making it less wanting to talk to us.
Kato. Is it Kato you said, or Kato?
Kato.
Kato, listen. Our party is a little bit divided on how to handle your thrashing, as you can see.
You
There are
listen to
those-
me, and
No, you listen to me for a second, and then you
You
can
should take a
speak.
bite of my arm if you need to satiate yourself. Make
No.
me a charisma save.
Natural 16 plus
Okay.
2, 18. I'm getting lucky with these charisma rolls. I do not want to.
You are.
Do
You
not want
totally
to.
are.
And I will sit there until I'm. As I said, I'll try to talk over him again and say, "You listen to me. As I said, our party is divided on how to handle you. There are those who wish you to be in pain for the things you and yours are doing. There are a couple here who want to give you a chance. So I choose your words carefully and your actions. Do not try to gore one of my companions. I promise you will regret it. Now, walk on, please."
I understand
notice
now.
that-
You're the weak one.
Do I notice Vazarin's temptation or no? Salivating
Yeah,
or
you can
I
make-
notice the temptation.
Make me an insight check. It's subtle,
All right.
but it's more internal than external. But there might be a bit of externality going on.
Oh, sweet. That'd be a 15.
You do. You see in his eye like a momentary. It's that momentary pause, and he looks at its arm when it happens, and you recognize that.
Kian, Vazarin, perhaps the two of you should go for a little bit of walk and let us take care of this.
That sounds
Right.
like a terrible idea.
You guys stay here. I'll step over there. Kelmon is. I recognize this in myself as well that I wanted to do that. Yes.
Yeah. It
Come
took
on,
you a
is there
moment though.
any-
You didn't recognize it when it happened. You recognized
Yeah.
it when you controlled it.
Kelmon, is there any way that you can secure me to make sure that I don't try to bite it or anyone else? I don't trust myself around it right now. Whatever kind of hold it has on me.
Yeah, stand there. And he says some words, and then the roots reach up and wrap around and grab your legs and hold you steady where you're at.
Thank you.
Can you do that to this thing?
I can. You seem to have it controlled, but I'll add to it. And the roots
Much obliged.
scream and
Morkant just
squeeze.
rubs his eyes in frustration.
And I'll say to Eslov, if somehow I'm able to muster up the strength to break from this,
Yeah, you'll be knocked out in a second.
please, do
I will
what you
kill
need
you.
to stop me.
Don't
No,
worry, I
kill
will put
me.
you down like a
No.
dog.
Don't kill me.
I'm not going to kill you.
I
but
will
knock
cut you in
out.
half like I just said. Don't you worry a thing about it.
While this is going on, lean back to the creature. It's like, in all honesty, my friend, I am probably the only reason you are still alive right now. If we can please just have a conversation.
Hey, and me. I advocated
Yeah.
for your safety as well.
So did I.
Yeah.
And I
And my
didn't
friend
kill
up
it,
there.
so I think I'm at
Mostly
least
as an
partially.
experiment to see if it can pass through the portal. But
I really don't believe any of you are helping.
Where are you from?
From the other side of this pond.
Yeah, no shit. Where's that?
Help me if it calls it the upside down.
It's a place you would not understand.
Why have you come here?
One of our slaves escaped.
Yeah, no, we should show him some mercy. This is a stand-up guy.
Clearly.
If you've already made up your mind, why are we still here then?
Well, I mean, you can put it that way.
I'm
I'm just saying. You still want to save this guy?
Yes, I do. I want to find out what's happening, and I want to try and fix it.
That's not what I asked.
I'll cut them off as they're arguing, and I'll say, the other side, is that where those go that are ascended from here? Do you take our people and bring them there?
It doesn't seem to respond. I don't know what that means.
Does your side take people from here and bring them there to be slaves? How do you get your slaves? And I'm like tugging against the vines, obviously, because part of me wants to rip into him. Now more than ever, because he obviously is chasing down slaves.
I buy them from the market. Not he doesn't say that. He says we get them from the market.
I'll look up at the party members. Just with a. Oh, okay. Kind of look in my eye.
Yeah, as you do. I mean,
I look at Kelmon.
Morgan, can you make me a charisma save?
What's Kelmon doing, by the way?
He's
14?
watching. You know, it smells like you're starting to pick up the scent of like the fish maybe in the pond. Like maybe it's trout or something that tastes really good, but you know, you can just it makes you a little bit hungry, a touch. Your stomach growls for a moment and you're like, okay.
What more can we get from this thing? We know it's from the other side. The gnome came from there. He ascended. More than likely, that's where he came from.
which one of them? Which one of them killed the gnome? What the hell happened that night?
What happened to your slave when you got here?
One of us confronted him, and he fought better than we would have thought. When he was gored by the antler, it broke. He was pinned against a tree. Then when we caught him, we made him eat the antler.
Do many of your kind cross over to here?
I don't know where here is. It's where I came to get our property.
How did you know to come here?
We followed him. He went through whatever it was that he came through.
Can you describe it? What he came through?
It was like that, but dark. He doesn't put his hand out. Like that, and he kind of...
The pond.
Yes.
I have a question for you, gentlemen. If we push this thing back through, what's to stop it from coming back through here again to try to get more property?
Why did you stay here? Why didn't you just kill him and leave?
I don't know how that thing works.
Okay, so we've established they're not that intelligent.
And there's things in there that are dangerous.
Painful, yes, I know firsthand.
Did all of your companions make it through when you came here?
No.
How
Are there
many
many like us on your side?
I can't see you.
You
Take a
see me before.
wild guess.
You've seen us before.
I mean,
Nice
ones
try.
that are not slaves.
There are things like you over there.
Are they commonplace?
Enough.
All right.
And you keep most of them as slaves, I assume?
Some are food,
Yes, of
Oh.
course.
Yeah.
but only the weak.
Oh, of course. I mean, why would you wouldn't want to waste the strong on being food. That's just common sense.
I feel as though sarcasm is probably lost on him, Keaton. I don't know if he
Oh, the sarcasm's not for him. Don't worry.
understands.
It's not for him. That's right.
Well,
Can't
I
abuse
appreciate
himself
it.
with the sarcasm.
I think we should try to get this thing back to the other side or kill it. Because all I know is I want to eat it, and I don't think it would be a good idea if I did.
I think that we should leave it up to a vote. I'm
As
not
it-
particularly interested in letting it go. There is always the chance.
The longer it's here, the more likely it is one of us will want to eat it.
Right. But
I mean,
Well, no,
let's be
I'm
real
saying-
here. Ideally, we get this to someone back in Phelan.
And
What
then,
do you mean?
Then it corrupts them and they eat it, and then something bad happens? The virus, oh, not virus, the magical nature of sorts spreads
A
amongst
magical
people.
virus.
Yeah, a magical sort of thing that spreads amongst the others, and they all get a craving for flesh. Who knows? I don't know what this thing can do, and I don't know if I have anybody that I would trust to deal with it accurately. Nobody here has ever seen this. Have any of you seen this? Kelmon, you've said you've never seen this. Who here knows how to properly deal with one of these things to ensure that it doesn't cause more havoc than it?
I do know how to deal with
This
it when
way.
he holds up his
Well,
axe.
that's, yeah, it's a bit of a loaded question. Listen, one last thing is the symbols on your back. And what does all that have to do with it? This guy goes in, warlock of something or another goes in, he's got a symbol that's tied to you. What does that have to do with this fucker over here?
Was that a sentence?
That's a question. What does that have to do with the fellow on the ground?
You would have to untie his eyes for him to see the tattoo on the back.
I think it's reasonable enough
Sure.
to have him look at the tattoo. Just
If
for a
we do
split
that-
second.
If we do that, I would say we bind his mouth first, and then let his eyes see for a moment, rebind his eyes, and then, I know it sounds like a lot, but it's just safer to ensure that it doesn't have...
Sure. That's love. You want to take care of that?
Yes, if Morkant, you would take care of unbinding its eyes, I will stand.
Well, bind its
Okay.
mouth first. Bind
So
its
I'll-
mouth first.
I'll re-gag it and then lift up off of his eyes so he can see the tattoo.
Look away while you do so.
Yeah, I'm like kind of behind his head, so he's not staring directly at me. And then,
So how
I'll
are
ask
you
it-
how are you holding its head? What are you doing to hold its head?
oh, I can't get back there because of the antlers.
Right.
I guess I just have my shield pressed against the antlers and I'm putting weight on it
Okay.
so that his head is cocked in the position.
Okay. So you're using the shield as like a plate and kind of lifting it, tilting it up to let it see.
So that his eyes can't see me. And then, do you see those symbols? Do those mean anything to you?
All right, bind his eyes and ungag him.
Bind his eyes, ungag him.
How long do you let him look?
Probably like 15 seconds would be good.
Yeah, 15, 20 seconds. Enough time that I know he sees it.
And then after you ungag him, after rebinding his eyes, it seems you have dragons here too. So there are masters here that are more powerful than you. Good.
He is quite a bit more powerful than me, but what
I
do those
am-
symbols mean?
I am equal to every man here. Don't put me above anyone. You know, Vizerin might not be as strong as I am, but he has abilities that I can't even fathom. Show some respect.
I don't think he means us. I think he means whatever put that on you. What does it mean to you when you see that?
He has the mark of the dragon.
Which means what to you? We've never heard of the mark of the dragon, so what does that mean exactly?
And he seems confused. You do not channel the power of the dragon through you, so you're too weak to wield it.
Man, that was a I'm sorry, not a roller coaster. That was a ride of emotions for you, isn't it, Eslov?
I'm gonna use my frost breath attack, but not at him. I'm gonna do it away from him, like towards the pond.
Don't do it towards the pond.
He's blindfolded.
He is blindfolded.
I know,
He can't even-
I know, but
Just a roar. It's really cold all of a sudden.
So you answer my question with more confusion.
Did I confuse you?
Asked you what it means, and you said he's something he can't wield. That didn't really answer me too much, now did it?
I don't have marks like that. I'm not of that type.
Right, so
Now, is he a master because he is dragonborn or because he has the marks?
He has the marks. He must be consorting with his master, a dragon, giving him whatever powers it is it's giving him.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Yeah, obviously. I mean,
oh yes, I'm with you, Key, and that makes
Yeah.
total sense now.
now see, we thought you were talking about a different dragon, but
Eslav, you have a dragon master.
Yeah,
Why
of
didn't you
course.
tell us this?
Corey, it was so easy to forget. My father's a dragon. Yes.
Oh, that makes so much more sense.
anyway, anything else useful from this bastard?
Morcant, what do you want to do? You are the peace bringer here. He obviously hunts down and kills slaves that disobey him, and he eats people like us as food. Do we want to send him back to where he could possibly come back through with more of his kind? Do we want to deal with it now, or do you want to try to risk all of our lives and everybody in Phelan's lives by bringing it back?
I mean, we can't just kill him while he's tied up here and bound.
Why not? You think he would do any less for you?
Just want to be clear. To be clear, this thing has admitted to eating humans.
Possibly your parents. Possibly my mother.
I should be allowed to fight to earn my freedom.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, you should. Just give us a second, and we'll do that for you.
I think you've had your chance.
Yes, your type's not very good at fighting. Now, let's just say it's not about what they do, but it's about what we do. Morality isn't based on the other person, it's based on our actions.
Yes, but do we not have a moral obligation to those around us to ensure that this thing doesn't bring more harm to them? What is the moral here? The moral is, oh, let's not just kill it because it hurts other people, or do we make sure that this can't hurt other people? If you let this thing go, and it beats us in battle, and goes on and kills other people here, is that something that you want to have on your ghost conscience?
I really don't think this thing wants to be here. I think we just send it back to the puddle.
And what happens when it gets over there and it lets others know that there's a way to just waltz over into here, and more things come through and flood our world and start taking people back when it's not a sentience?
When it comes down to it, the true masters there have a way of already taking us without our say. Why would they have a war here kill all of their merchandise? There's something over there more powerful than him that doesn't want things coming here and grabbing slaves for itself.
You're going
That is
off
a
of
bold
assumptions.
statement for someone who just learned about this stuff 5 minutes ago from a tied-up monster.
I would agree.
That's
Not only
a
that,
very sophisticated understanding of the entire society of a world we've never seen before. I applaud you for it, really.
If they were purchased from a market, someone is selling them. Someone who's
Yes.
capable of just pulling us from this
And
side. Do you
maybe-
really believe they would want an open door to
who
the...
says he's going to go let
I
people
have
know
no
openly?
clue one way or another. I wouldn't dare to try and make a statement that someone I don't know wants or does not want something.
Kelman.
Exactly.
Kelman.
We don't know what he wants or what he's going to do.
Yes.
We only know the actions we can do.
If we send this thing through, because personally I still think it's important to find out if this is a two-way portal. If we send this thing through, is there a way for you to try to secure this pond, the sacred pond, to
There's
ensure
100
that,
more ponds.
well, I'm saying at least this one, to ensure that if it does try to come back through, it just can't run through, or run out. Like
Well,
some
nothing
type
had
of
ever
barrier.
come through until this time. And nothing has come through since.
And just to remind me, Scott, this thing came through on the night of Ascension, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It may only work on those evenings then, but regardless, we need to find out. This thing cannot be allowed to run freely. There is no way that this thing can be allowed to run freely. It makes me want to eat it, which is very unnatural. I have to stand over here tied in Kelmon's vines to keep myself from trying to eat it. We can't allow it to just walk away. If it can't go through the pond, it needs to be dealt with.
I would have to agree with Vezran on this one, Morkant.
Well, it seems you guys have made your decision, and then Morkant will get up and just kind of turn his back on the situation and walk away a bit slowly. Allow what to happen.
I guess with that, I'll pick up the axe, executioner style.
Do we want to try to send it through the portal first to give
I
it
don't
a
think
chance to
that's.
go back?
I don't think that's a smart idea. Let's be honest here. I don't give a shit what this thing wants. All right. What would be most comfortable for
I think
it?
it would be reasonable.
Come on, this is your sacred clearing. How do you feel about this? What should we do? I don't want to kill this thing in your clearing and break any kind of...
It cannot be killed here.
In that case, I'll grab it by the antlers and I'll drag it to the edge.
Make me a charisma save when you grab the antlers.
Come on, do you think we should kill it?
17.
Do you agree with Morkant, or do you think this thing is too dangerous to allow to leave? This is your forest. You've seen what it can do here. What are your thoughts?
I've never seen a thing like it. It feels to me to be something of evil, to create hunger in people for the things it does seems beyond the pale for any of us. But I can't with good conscience let it be killed here in my woods. Its blood could poison it. I'm even concerned about the ones that were already killed.
So you don't want it to... but do you want it to be dead, is what I'm asking. Whether it's in this forest or somewhere else.
I don't want it here.
In the clearing or the forest at all?
Right then.
I don't want it in the forest.
Can you ensure that we can get out of this forest as quickly as possible with it? The longer we're with it, the more likely one of us will want to eat it.
I can clear a path and walk with you to the forest edge if that's what you desire.
With that, I'll lean in and start to choke it out again.
Okay.
Oh.
Do you hear that, Morkant? Even he can tell that it's evil. The Forest Guardian does not think we should allow this thing to live.
Listen, we don't owe him anything. All right.
I'm appreciative of what you've done.
Not talking about you. Sorry, we don't owe Morkant an explanation.
Eslov just gives you a look of regret, I guess. Or more of a look of like, sorry, I got no choice.
Believe it or not, Morkant, I don't want to just kill things every time I see them, but I have to weigh in my mind the good versus the bad. And for me, the bad that this thing can bring is far greater than
you do not need to justify your decision here. It is your decision.
No, but I still feel it is my moral obligation to explain my stance to you.
There's no need.
Is it that or is it guilt? I
No,
wonder.
not guilt. I don't feel guilty. I just know he doesn't understand what
We're
I
all
understand.
jumping to explain ourselves to him.
Well, he's the cleric. You always feel like you're being judged by the priest. Come on, man.
Really? I mean, doesn't that at least imply some level of guilt?
No, but I don't want him to...
That is a good question.
I would argue that it does.
I think it does. If I'm not just 100% wrong, you're like, part of Morkant's pretty right now.
No, I actually do not think you're right at all, but I think in your mind...
Brandon believes this thing should be dead. Morkant doesn't want the blood.
No, yeah. Like, I have no question that this thing should die, but...
Brandon knows, this thing should not be allowed to go back. Morkant is hopeful.
All right, so let's try to drag this thing out. I'm going to stay at a distance, and I suggest if anybody else is feeling the urge to bite into it as well, to stay at a distance.
You want to pick it up and sling it over my shoulder?
Okay.
And we should rush out of this forest.
And Kelmon gets out in front, and he raises his hands up, and the forest floor seems to smooth out between here and for a distance as you walk. The roots seem to... It feels like maybe the ground rises actually up to meet the roots, making it more of a smooth walk and makes it very easy to pass. We should move quickly. It's a long way to the edge of the forest.
Let's go. And I will stay in the back, away from the creature, trying to hold my own against my resistance here.
Okay. And as you start heading out, as you start getting down the path, you hear a familiar...
Is that Treven?
Wait, yeah, why don't we just leave it on the ground and let Treven step on it?
He doesn't want it in the forest at all. He's afraid that whatever it is might corrupt the land.
Or Treven. We wouldn't want that.
Yes.
Yeah, when you look back, you can see that at the end of the path you're taking that seems very straight for a path through the forest, you can see his green heart area.
I'll wave to Treven. Treven!
His eyes looking at you as you head down.
Thank you once again, Treven.
Treven Green.
Does he wave back as we all say hi to him?
He kind of just raises a stump.
Oh, look, see?
He gives us a thumbs up.
Kelmon, I love your companion, Kelmon. He has manners, and he seems like a generally good giant tree.
Yeah, he's chill.
Are we able to make it to the clearing? Or
And
the edge of the forest?
yes, you get to the edge of the forest, and it just opens up like the seas parting in the Old Testament way until you get to the edge of the clearing.
I think once we get on the outside of the forest, we do it there.
Yeah, I would agree.
More
Sounds
content. If you
great.
need to step away, please do so.
Maybe we should
still
do
take
it on
the
the
body there.
shore.
What?
I'll turn to Eslov and be like, please, make it quick and painless.
I will make it as quick as I can. Don't worry.
Thank you, sir. Then I'll walk away.
So, how are you doing this? Let's see if he's awake.
I'm going to cut its head off.
Is it awake?
It doesn't seem to be awake.
I'm going to make sure it's dead, or it's not awake. I'm not going to kill it by choking it, but actually...
That would be...
Listen, do you want to do this or not, Eslov?
No,
Shame in saying no.
I'm going to do it. No, I have no conniptions against doing it, but I just wanted to make sure it's out before I do that.
Should we wake it and give it the last chance to speak, or do we just do it?
It seems to be
This isn't for any more
out.
con.
I'm gone. I'm not there.
Let's do it. Let's just do it. Get it over quick. Bring your axe down on it. End it.
I swing as hard as I can.
And when you swing, it wiggles some and tries to pull back. You make me roll to hit.
Is it
At advantage, I would assume.
Yes.
Well, it rolled off the table.
Yeah, it's still bound.
Okay, check my modifier.
You roll advantage?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is 21 to hit.
Okay. You hit. It wiggles away, and instead of getting on its neck, you kind of come through its antler and splinter. The antler breaks off and splinters into little pieces in a few places from the
Damn it.
power.
Sit still. It's gonna hurt more if you don't.
And it tries to wiggle itself up or move, and it can't seem to. It's tied well enough that it can't.
Trust
Get
me,
away.
there's nothing left for you to do.
Swing it again. Don't talk. You're making
I
it
do.
wait longer.
Well, I'm saying this as I'm raising the axe up.
I know. I'm just saying, like, because I'm worried about him trying to make me eat him.
25 to hit.
Yeah, and this time it comes down on his neck and beheads it.
Off goes the the head.
And it's
Somebody cover it. Somebody cover it. I don't want to look.
I think we should take the head.
What?
Should we take the head to show them what this thing is?
The moment that the head comes off, Vesrin, you throw up. The food, the disgust at yourself and the things that you ate just come back in a wave of emotion and self-loathing.
I need a moment.
Yes, as do I. Kian, can you cover it, please?
No problem.
You feel like something let go of you.
Should we take the head or the body back to with us so they can see what it is?
Probably the head.
Yeah.
It's a little distinctive,
agree.
I think.
Before we do that, I want to try to draw a little bit of a picture to show what it is, the body with the head. You know, I'm trying to kind of sketch what it is so we can show them a full visual. So if I can...
Sure.
Okay.
I want to try to draw just, almost like a medical examination kind of thing, like a picture of the arm and the body. And I'll write little notes. I'll write little notes about what I know, that it can use illusionary magic to make you see, things that aren't there, as well as the smell of it can make you hungry. That way we can document it.
And the Audubon Society is born.
Yes.
So you stay for a while and you document the thing.
Yes. And then we should take the head.
Sure.
Okay.
Kelmon, if we return here, will we be greeted by you warmly?
Kelmon left when you...
Oh, did he?
Yeah, the forest closed back up and he's not there.
We get a chance to say goodbye.
Yeah, I'll call out to the forest and just tell him, thank you, Kelmon. Hope to meet you in the future on better terms.
You were a bro.
Bro.
What is this? Is this something of the northern language? Bro.
I don't say that character.
I know.
He might have said something in his native tongue.
Yeah.
Just a show of respect or a statement.
I will walk over to Morkant after it's done, and after I finish doing it, and put my hand on his shoulder. Morkant, I know that you want to see the best in everything, and I wish that could be the case always, but there will be times where we have to do things like this, whether we like it or not.
I'm going to wipe the blood off my axe.
I want you to understand that I don't take pleasure in murdering things. I can't speak for Kian or Eslov, but I do not enjoy just killing things.
Right. After I
No,
gagged.
I know. I'm just saying. I know you did that, but I'm.
You're like putting him at odds with us for the sake of your relationship.
No, and I don't think Morkant
This is like Survivor. You're trying to get us voted off the island.
Would Morkant take?
I'm not like other guys.
No, I'm saying. Morkant, would you take that way? Because you've seen how Eslov is. You have enough sense to make your own. I'm saying, like, I can't speak for them.
The only one Morkant trusts.
I haven't done anything to be distrustful to you.
No, but you did just walk up to me with a picture of myself talking about your mom seeing visions of the future. Morkant still hasn't quite considered that to be reality. So he doesn't fully trust you, to be honest.
Well, but either way, I would hope that you wouldn't think that I'm trying to put you at odds with him, because that's not the way he's saying it at all.
No, we're just messing with you.
I know,
just like we've been messing with Brandon.
I know. I just want to be clear.
When's it gonna be my turn? When are you guys gonna start fucking with me?
Who wants to mess with the Dragonborn barbarian?
He's not.
Let's pick on him.
He doesn't have an anger issue.
Yeah. So, but
only one.
Well, kind
what
of.
I'm saying is, sometimes we have to do things, Morkant, for the greater good of our people, and this is one of those times.
Well, I mean, just don't lose yourself in the idea for looking for a greater good.
I have to think of the people of this island. I am of House Madrick. Our responsibility is to the protection of you and everybody here. That is my task as a member of that family.
You know, they say the same thing at the Stole.
How's Meadow doing?
She's okay. She's not hungry.
I thought she was sleeping still.
What was she advocating for? Was she advocating for the?
She was
Don't worry about it.
advocating for whatever the group decided.
Don't worry about it, dude.
I thought she was sleeping in the clearing still. Like,
We
what?
just left her.
Like that one.
No, I'm just kidding.
Screven just leans over, drops her off with us.
You forgot one.
Thank you, Screven.
Gently lays her out on the grass.
Yes. Yeah. I'll do my best not to lose myself in a greater good. But
Yes. For as far as helping the people of this land, I have every day since I've joined the Soul.
I believe you have.
So it's definitely something that I've done my entire life.
But there's
Now,
more than one way to do that.
What's our next step?
Well, first we need to return with evidence of this, and
Do
we need
we?
to go. Yes, we need to return. I mean, at least speak with the elder Kinku, whose name at this moment in real life escapes me.
Awok.
But Awok, there we go. We need to speak with Awok and let him know what we found. I don't know if we need to tell the soul exactly what these things did. It might cause more problems
Where else would we go?
and fear. But we do need to report to Awok.
So
We should let the people here know that the creatures have been dealt with. The thing that hunted them down has been dealt with and killed. And let them know that that's what we found. That we found the creatures and they've been dealt with. Awok is our go-to for the time in telling more of the story. We know that he's interested in knowing where everybody's going, and he's not hung up on the idea that the Ascensions are a good thing, which I am now almost certain they are not. Without a doubt.
well,
It's ready.
let us do something with this body here and take the head to town and see what happens.
I think we should burn the body. Take the head, but burn the body. I don't know if we should. I mean, if you think we should bury it, then I will gladly assist you in that.
By
Can I hear this
you know,
conversation?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
they're right. You're all together.
If we do burn the body, I would like to perform a ritual on it that is customary, just as a show of respect for the passing of a life.
Understood. That's fine. Do we want to bury it? Or do we want to burn it?
We would have
I
to
think-
find a body of water.
To burn it?
it's their funeral procession.
I know, but I mean, in character, my guy's like, "What? Why would you put it on water if you're burning it?"
Trust me, I know it sounds weird, but in context, it makes sense.
Well, we don't have time to find the water. We can either
Is it
just
supposed to
burn
be
it.
a show of respect?
Yes,
Fuck that.
I don't care what you think.
What does this thing do? What does this thing do to earn your respect?
Listen, it doesn't matter to you.
Did it
And
come out near the frozen pond?
I'd
That's
rather
where
not
we
put this
entered,
thing's
or we
body
can
on a
ride.
body of water
Yeah, are we
that
near
people might use.
Are we near that pond?
You mean the lake?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
And it's going to be
Okay.
incinerated.
So there's the water's right there then, just past the weirdly frozen part.
I mean, we have an entire ocean that we can utilize. It's not going to corrupt an entire ocean, is it?
I mean, if it would, then the ones we've killed have already.
Your call.
I think we should burn it again.
Fair enough. Fine.
I don't want to bury it. I don't know what its blood or body would do. As the Forest Guardian said, it could corrupt the land. I think burning is the best option.
I'm not going to
Gonna
hurt you anymore.
smell to high heaven. You understand that, right?
Yes.
All right. As long as you're ready for that.
You want to?
Now, do you want to burn it because that's the best way, or because it will be deliciously roasted halfway through?
I don't know if you noticed a few moments ago. I threw up when
I was looking the other way.
when its life ended, its hold on me ended as well, and everything that I had felt made me sick and nauseous. I am in no
Veteran,
way interested in.
you just go ahead and make the fire and take care of the body.
Eslav, you have your ritual you want to do. I'll assist you with that, and I will.
It doesn't really work if it's not on water, but I
Well,
can burn it, I
there's
guess.
the lake right here. There's a lake right here.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I'll I'll do the thing. I'll build a small raft. I'll put it on the raft. I'll cover it with anything flammable, light it, push it off into the water.
So you'll be here for about a day building rafts and stuff.
I think we should just burn it.
Gathering the
be
wood.
honest. As you're gathering the wood, I'll tell you, I think we should just burn it.
Come back, and it's just ash.
Have some patience, Vezra.
Yeah,
We have nowhere to be.
Okay.
We do have some places to be. We do need to return and let them know.
Not urgently.
I think it's urgent.
And you're able
Things
to
are
gather
coming.
You're able to gather up enough wood of enough size, and you can use the rope that you had tied it to lash together something that would float for a little while.
It doesn't need to float for long.
Yeah.
I'll hit it with my firebolts too if you want to help speed up the process of it burning.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
And you
So we'll
push it out from the edge. It lights
And
up.
I'll say a little prayer as it's happening.
Okay.
I will too, actually.
Damn, this thing earned a lot of respect from you guys.
Good riddance, you piece of shit.
I'm actually with Kean on this. I don't understand why it deserves a
Literally
ritual,
no clue. I could not
but
tell you.
if it makes them happy, let them do it. That's what I say.
Hey,
Let 'em
good.
live.
Previously, Vezran was trying to get more Kant to like him, and now he's trying to go after Kian's affection.
No,
I know.
Vezran understands everybody.
Politician.
Yeah, these
I-
two guys are so.
I am a politician. I
the
am from
biggest
House.
He is
backstabber.
a politician for sure.
I've not backstabbed anybody. I understand everybody's side, and
Well,
I try
you see the natural conclusion to this sort of behavior, right? Is to backstab someone and then backstab whoever.
No,
I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
always.
It's a
Whoever
joke.
discovers the backstab.
Very political character.
Well, I mean, he is from a political family, so.
No, it makes
That's
sense.
true.
I love it. It's good. It's good.
But yes, I like I said, live and let live, unless it's a creature trying to eat people. That you don't let live, Kean.
Correct.
And you finish your floating pyre, burn it, say its prayers, and head back to Raisa. And
Who's
as
carrying the head? Because I'm not.
Vezran will carry the head.
No, he won't. I will.
You two are fighting each other for the head. You're like pulling it like.
I'm assuming Vesperin doesn't actually want to do so.
No, I'll carry it. I don't mind.
Are you sure? Because I mean, last time you threw up, or
I threw up when the creature's hold on me ended. It's not the head itself. It was
all right.
the spell ending and me really realizing all the things that I'd wanted to do.
I mean, you're also kind of a scrawny guy. I wasn't sure what the.
I can carry a head.
Okay. All right.
okay, so
Being
carry
over to
the head.
Ezla. I'm really glad you were with me there because that one likes to run and that one throws up with a little bit of blood.
Did you guys hear that?
And Survivor continues.
Did you guys hear that?
Something
What?
foul.
There's a huge
Yeah.
No, that was thunder.
Oh wow.
It was really loud. I mean, I have
I
my
didn't-
headphones on. I could hear that. It was.
I didn't hear it.
Did you fart? Is that what it was?
That's what it was.
Oh my god.
That's a thunder.
Oh guys, what was that noise? That was so weird.
And you see the
You smell
wall.
that?
You see the wall of rays rise up as you get there, as you are walking, and that's where we'll break. That's where we'll end for tonight.
Cool.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, everybody. I hope that the cannibalism didn't get to anybody too much. The near cannibalism,
The implied cannibalism.
the implied, right? Well, we'll see you in 2 weeks on the Mysts of Elixia Survivor Island. So next week, have a happy Halloween, All Hallows Eve, trick or treating or whatever you do. Stay safe while you do it. I know you'll be wearing masks if you're going to go out. You should probably be wearing a mask under the mask, or whatever you need to do to,
Or just dress up as a ninja.
or dress up as a ninja. Good idea. It'll be all ninjas this year.
There'll be a lot of masked ninjas out there. I'm calling
Right.
it.
Also, can I say vote Vezran? Vote Vezran.
Vote Vezran.
Vote him off.
Yeah,
the
I
island?
wonder who the most unpopular person in the party is.
Well, see, the thing is that in the actual
Probably
Survivor,
me.
it would be Eslav that would be kicked up because he's neutral and therefore he's a threat to everyone because no one wants to vote him off.
Nobody's been more neutral.
So everyone's
than
going to
Meadow.
vote for him instead.
Yeah, Meadow's been strangely neutral this whole time.
It's really quiet. It's kind of.
You can't trust
Spooky.
the quiet ones. All right. We'll see you again. See you later. Have a good night, everybody.
Peace.
Good
Thanks
night.
for watching.